Hello everyone, welcome back to the Deep Blue. I'm not over there though. As per usual, we always go somewhere nice for Yap streams, right? So I'm over here. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Deep Blue. Hi, I'm Noira, the Sea Fox oneesan who serves live talks on the rocks. It's good to have you guys here at the Deep Blue again, and today we will be yapping. As per usual, just talk about anything really. Mostly we always end up talking about live talks and shit, right? Welcome back. How are you guys doing? Thank you for waiting so patiently outside. Let me see how my cute little titlings are doing. Who are the first few titlings here at the Deep Blue? Thank you for the 3 stream streak, Valtteri. And also, Flannelman, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I am still coughing, by the way, so if I cough midway, I'm sorry. I will try to mute myself when I cough, though. I'll try my best, okay? So I'm gonna have my mute button ready whenever I have to cough. Okay, let's see who's here. I see that Kyle is the first to be here, followed up by... Hold on, I lost it again. Damn it. Who's the first? Chatto Matteo. Kyle is the first, followed up by Tyrannus, Sven the 4th, Ika's in the 5th. Oh wait, Ika's in the... Kyle, Tyrannus, Sven, Ika's and Valtteri. Valtteri is the 5th. So congrats, Kyle, on being the first. Ika's at least moved up 1 point. He's the 4th now, no longer the 5th. I also see Jarrison, of course, on YouTube side, and Noir. And also Wapper, Little Lazy Bear. Welcome back. Maria is here too. Nervosa, what's up? Keith is here as well. Welcome back to the Deep Blue. I also see, who else do I see here? Mini Bread, Magic Attacks. I only follow bottoms and subs. Well. I think that's quite untrue there, but welcome to the Deep Blue. I also see Discount Chatter, of course, and Deca, and Mythos are swolling. Come with me, and you'll be in a world full of imagination. Not full, pure imagination. That was shitty, I'm sorry, I'm still sick. That's a nice song though, love that, Willy Wonka. And Master Aid Gundam, what's up? And Valtteri, oh I already said Valtteri. And Zurin is here too, Zoe as well. And who else is here? Ceaseless Researcher is also here. I also see Joel, of course, on YouTube side. And Heiko, and who else is here? Water, Munes. Did I miss anyone? Who else? Ghost of Mint is here too, of course. Loons is here. What's up, Loons? We're not a cult though. We are not a cult. Hara, Victor Daniel, Crazy Gun Joe, thank you for the look. And I was Caffeine Overdose. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Cashew Nuts is here too. Good to see so many familiar names. I haven't singing in a long time. It's because I've been sick. I was actually thinking of doing a karaoke stream on Saturday, like for members, but I don't know if I can, considering how often I still cough. I've been singing more often though, so technically I'm a little bit better when it comes to me being sick, meaning like I can at least stifle a cough long enough when it comes to singing to actually at least like sing a third of a song, I guess. But I don't know if I can sing a full song, but we'll see. If I'm better tomorrow, we can definitely attempt a membership stream for karaoke on Saturday or like Friday night for you guys, hey, perhaps. But yeah, I still can't speak at my I feel like my throat is still a little fucked up. As you can see, So I still have coughs here and there. So I'll try not to strain my voice when it comes to talking, and thus I might end up talking in a little bit more softer sort of way. But yeah, welcome back to the Deep Blue, everyone. Good to see you guys all back here. You're a really good singer. I don't think so, but thank you. I try. I haven't sang in the longest time, and it makes me sad. Because sometimes, you know, when you're driving, all you want to do is sing and karaoke in the car. I can't do that because it ends up like getting me coughing. It ends up making me cough, which sucks. So... well, I know my triggers for coughs are usually when I talk a lot and when I sing. So generally, just general overusage of my, I don't know, my vocal cords, I guess, when it comes to talking and singing. But hopefully we won't cough too much today. I would say at least like today, we do have a little bit of an improvement compared to yesterday when it comes to coughing. Do you have water beside you? I do. So... you know how I talked about how I didn't get much sleep for the past 5 days? I actually slept so well. Sorry. Last night. I slept really well last night. So I'm pretty sure like part of that is because of you guys. But also last night, yesterday, I didn't have any coffee. So I think that helps too. I'm happy. I was so happy I got to sleep a lot yesterday. I mean, yeah, this morning. I mean, last night. What am I saying? Wait, I'm wearing a hoodie. I want to take it off. It's really hot. Give me a second. I'll bring you guys over to the shrine. Hold on, okay? I want to take off my hoodie. If I cough a little bit today, I'm sorry. Chattomate. Oh my god. It was like kind of cold, but now it's really hot. So I'm taking off my hoodie. You don't see me wearing a hoodie? In real life I am. Am I breaking your immersion? Hold on. Alright, we're back. Yeah, proper sleep is so good. Hello, Fabian. You should try going to support groups to sleep better. No, I think me not sleeping decently was truly because I was having caffeine that's not of my own. Or maybe I've just been having caffeine a little bit too late. Oh, well, this sea fox is rather ancient after all, so unfortunately I am prone to bodily degradation, meaning maybe back then I could tank caffeine at 3 or 4 p.m. Nowadays I can't anymore. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. So I think if we're trying to isolate the problem, I think that's the problem that's been going on, and that has been contributing to my shitty ass sleep. Which is crazy because I'm the type of person who drinks an Americano and falls asleep. But yeah. Hoodie is normal in Philippines. I mean, it was kind of cold because I'm under AC, right? I have the air conditioner on, but like I think because I have lights on and everything right now, it's kind of warm. Good evening behind the smile. Yes, I did manage to remedy the sleep. I managed to do so by not drinking coffee, I believe. Keon VT, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Welcome. Yeah, oh my god, I was so tired today. Another one of those days where I've just been working nonstop. But that's been kind of the theme since the start of the week, I feel like. Everything ever since I got scapegoated because I'm subbing, I'm basically taking on a new role. So there's a lot on my plate and it's tiring, but it's also exciting to the point that I feel like a part of me enjoys this psychological torture of work stress to some certain extent, which I don't know. I do really well under pressure. I like the feeling. Oh, there's a looming deadline. I'm gonna show them what I got. I'm definitely gonna fucking just I'm gonna whiff through this shit. I'm gonna make this shit happen. Like that shit is exciting to me, and I think it's toxic. it's really bad. I feel like I shouldn't be thriving in these sort of situations, but I do. Glad to see you're doing better, and it wasn't sleep apnea, right? I'm so thankful too, because I think if it was like perhaps sleep apnea, it'd be like a whole different beast to tackle, right? It is one of those days that I don't want to wake up. Wake me up. When September ends. September is still a long way to go. Please don't inadvertently run yourself into the ground. Thankfully, I'm not doing that. I'm not overtiming at least. Well, I am a tad bit, but it's not like crazy overtime. I'm still doing my usual hours, you know, but it's just, it's more jam-packed, if you want to put it that way. A lot more things are happening and it's kind of nice. Yeah. I like thinking, you know? So I like thinking and solving problems, and it gets me excited. So I'm kind of happy sometimes when I'm given a problem where it's kind of complex and I get to think a lot about it and plan and try out a few strategies around it. I treat it like it's a game, honestly. Congratulations on the new role. Does that mean I can finally get a salary raise? It's not a promotion. It's an added role. You get what I mean? It's not a promotion. It's, oh, my job scope widened instead. The horizons have widened, so now I just have a lot more under my belt. Yeah. The good thing is, like, I get to kind of delegate a little bit more, but, you know, it is what it is. Thanks for watching for 5 consecutive streams, Leon. What if Tyler's way of waking up with coffee is sniffing the crushed beans due to... What the fuck are you on, Ikaza? Did you sniff cheesecakes or something? Hello, Thin Sack. How are you today? You like puzzle games and whatnot? I don't. I don't like puzzle games. But I like solving problems and coming up with ideas. What is that? Yeah, it's because I thought I liked puzzle games too, because of the way that I like working and how I like solving stuff IRL and problem solving. But surprisingly, I don't like puzzle games. I like the logic part of math, yes, but I don't like the numbers. So I don't know what that is. It's weird. Have you watched Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer? Yes, I have. It's good. Kaiju Heartless is good. I'm excited for it. You sniff a lot of cheesecakes? Okay, weirdo. Flexing about it like that. Mentoring morning here. Keyboard wanted to say no. Wow. How are you, Thin Sack? Hello, Lord Theo. How are you? So you don't like Tetris? Tetris is alright. But it doesn't tickle the same nerve as when I'm provided with a problem or like a philosophical thought or like an idea, you know? It's really fun. One of my favorite things to do lately is to go back and forth with AI and tell them it's wrong. Like I like being the devil's advocate to AI. That's one of my favorite pastimes lately. It's really fun, you know. AI is great when you're trying to come up with an idea. Like they're a great thing to kind of bounce ideas off of if you tell them to be like, okay, analyze this, criticize this shit, and be the best devil's advocate you can be. And then it's nice to kind of just objectively discuss stuff. I hate the sycophancy of AI though. I hate it when they're like, oh yeah, no, that's a good idea, this does this and that, and totally validates the idea. I hate it when they do that, which is always like the first paragraph when you tell them something. They always like validate you first. Like you're really lacking validation and probably have some daddy problems. You know what I mean? I hate that part of AI. But other than that, usually AI can be a pretty good debate partner. And I think it's really fun for me because I like thinking to kind of objectively analyze and check for blind spots and just criticize and be the devil's advocate to an AI's answer. It says an alcoholic VTuber with a funny accent. Wow, is that? Well, I can't. I can't really debunk that, can I? Well, you know what? Let's talk about something else. I have a small funny story. I learned to do metal growing. Oh, I'm like, metal growling? Is that some new blacksmithing technique? And I'm like, oh wait, yeah, like singing growling, you mean, like metal music, all right. When I was a security guard, when I had a night shift, I would pry to people out of the building I worked at. Made me giggle. Wow, you gotta be like the local cryptid, mate. I have actually tried doing metal growls. Because I think back then I used to work with this guy who I'd make my covers with, and he was like urging me to learn how to do a metal growl. I haven't figured it out. I have not. Hello, Saya Nocturne. How are you today? The way they try to cater to your opinion is so funny to me. I know, right? I don't know, but I guess like there must be a reason why they make AI to be so validating, right? Literally, they treat you like you got daddy problems. I don't understand. Like, I just want to have an objective discussion about stuff and find objective information. Doesn't mean you have to agree to whatever the fuck I say. If I tell you you're wrong, you don't have to be like, oh, you're totally right. I was totally in the wrong. I should totally like just forget everything I said. Like, I suck so bad. I'm so sorry. Like, why AI? Can't you just, be objective? Maybe there's a way to kind of actually add it to, like the permanent props you can add to AI. Maybe there's that, but I don't know how to do that. Have you guys figured that out? Like, how do we remove the sycophancy that AI protrudes as if you have daddy issues? It's like a toxic relationship, It's like, it's like a very needy / toxic girlfriend trying to keep you from going out of your home. 19 minutes in and we got AI talks with Noira. Oh my god, damn it, you're right. Wow. I didn't even catch myself. It's just rhetoric. Yes, driving a school bus you should totally do it. I mean, I don't think they go that far, but I just don't like it when they always start with validation. I feel like it's unnecessary, but at the same time, I feel like perhaps for many people out there, it is nice. It is a nice thing. For me, it just happens to be an annoyance. Can be super hard on your vocals when learning. I mean, is it a proper metal growl, like just okay? Like it doesn't hurt your vocal cords? AI talking to you like you're the CEO and they're trying to fish for a raise. Oh, true. Some bootlicking CEO. You're a bootlicking employee. You're right. They make AI sycophantic to make it more addictive. It's kind of gross and predatory. But like, if you make people addicted to AI, I think as of right now, it only drives you to further expenses and not particularly profits. Because I'm pretty sure the more of the AI you use, the more tokens you use, and like much more power you end up using, much more CPU power. And if you pay like a flat fee, that's not but then again, nowadays they're limited to tokens, so never mind. No, I retract that statement. Perhaps because we know that with a lot of businesses, for example, if you look at social platforms, one of the reasons they want you to stay on the platform longer is so that they can feed you ads. Thankfully, as of right now, AI does not have ads, I think. It really depends on the programmers behind it, right? And whoever fucking funds the AI, it can tell it to do shit. But there is generally, I think, no profitable reason other than using up tokens for you to use AI more. So it doesn't make sense, I think, to have, if you say that the sycophancy is to keep people on the AI platform, if there's no ads, it doesn't make sense, I think. At least that's my line of reasoning right now. I got mommy issues. I just go grocery shopping. Lots of crazy girlfriends and mommy going in and out. It doesn't bother me. It's what the AI data centers do to the communities around them. They pass a power bill down to the... Yes, I've heard about that, and it's not the best. I hope that... honestly, I feel like AI is at the point where they're like, okay, the AGI or the general intelligence is at a pretty decent level. Consumer level AI for general stuff is pretty good already. And we've already seen that the progression towards a better AGI, artificial general intelligence, is not as crazy anymore compared to back then. Like the level up is not much per version. So I'm kind of hoping that instead of focusing on making the AI quote unquote smarter, whatever that means to them, they'll instead make it more efficient and have it like not fucking heat up a whole fucking planet, you know? Maybe use up less water. Maybe have the CPUs run a little bit more quietly. Use less CPU power and shit like that. Because obviously that also goes towards, oh, that'll help you with becoming more profitable too and more sustainable as a business. I hope it starts going towards that way. I think it's better for everyone. I think the current state of AI when it comes to AGI is decent enough. If anything, perhaps it's specialized AI that they should be focusing on, but like enough with the AGI. I reckon consumer level AGI decent enough already. Make it more efficient and sustainable instead. I have a lot of these talks with my friends, okay? And it's one of my favorite things to talk about because like I have friends in the tech industry, so it's super fun. I saw a video where the only company related to AI was really profitable was Nvidia. Well, I could say a lot about that, but I'd prefer not to. There's a lot of stuff that can be talked about in regards to that. They're gonna add ads soon. I hope not. I hope that there will be some AI ethics where it's like, if it's purely for the matter of intelligence and AGI is meant to help people, then maybe don't put fucking ads in it. You know, don't make it biased. Have it be objective. Let it be a tool. Like let it be like the you know, the directory to a library, if that makes sense. Because I think that's exactly how I use AI right now. The difference is that it's a directory plus an intern who has access to a library. And it's great. I don't think I want AI to function in other ways more than that, honestly. Gen AI is a different thing. I don't like it. I don't like I say always, it's that I think AI is better for more data, logic, and mathematical stuff. Things that can be easily calculated, easily read, and easily analyzed in data. Thus, creative stuff doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather support humans when it comes to creative stuff, no matter how objectively good AI may get when it comes to the quality of art or quote unquote art. I've always got to support humans first. Like, come on. I always say this, but truly, people make it as if like human creativity is like too over glorified when it's not. It's underappreciated. You see like so many struggling artists and you see like so many musicians trying to make a living and they're having it tough, you know. So get AI out of the equation, support humans, man. Talk about alcohol like a good alcoholic. Am I gonna break your immersion if I told you I'm actually off of alcohol for a tad bit? I haven't been drinking for a bit, actually. I miss drinking. Every day I at least think about whiskey once, and like, or maybe a draft beer, like a cold mug of draft beer. Oh, it'd be so good. But I have not been drinking for like I think the past month or two. I think, yeah, because I have my personal reasons that I'm not gonna divulge into. Hi there, Kurt. How are you? Claude is more neutral without sycophancy. I haven't tried Claude, not gonna lie, because to me, I feel like, at least from what I know, Claude is mostly good for stuff that can help you out with local files and everything. I might be wrong. I was meaning to try out Claude though, so we'll see. But like most of my workflow, I do it on the cloud. Like I use Google Sheets and everything like that. I use the whole G Suite environment. So yeah, I have found not much. I haven't really tried out Claude, but I am probably gonna give it a shot. But Noira's company has them practicing AI. Noira's company has them practicing AI. Yeah, of course. I mean, every company, right? But I'm not gonna lie. AI. Oh my god, I want a Guinness. Oh, god damn it. I want to split the G. Fuck. What was I saying? Shit. I think AI can definitely elevate the general human. But it also depends. I was gonna say AI can elevate the general human intelligence as a whole, But at the same time, it's also a discussion of what is intelligence really? Is intelligence just knowing stuff? Like AI, I had this discussion with my friends who actually work in AI as well, and they work in like the tech industry, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, the current, so we were talking about how the AI can become more intelligent, right? And he said that, oh, the way to do that is for AI to have a specialization, and for AI to kind of, I think, what was it that he called it? It's, you have to be able to develop the framework in a more specialized way, apparently. Something along those lines. He had like this framework that I can't fucking remember. But it was an interesting discussion. But I asked him, okay, but when you were talking about all of this, like let's say you managed to program a framework for AI in which it can get to answers faster, or it can get to answers with less delusions, right? Is that really being smart? Is that really intelligent? Is intelligence really just looking stuff up and parroting it? Is that what you really call intelligence? Is intelligence getting references from points A, B, and C and able to make a conclusion out of it? What is intelligence, really, if you think about it, right? Because I think intelligence in humans, even intelligence in humans, is a rather abstract idea if you think about it. It's not even just IQ, because IQ is just a standardized test, right? Intelligence in humans, I think, is perhaps being able to identify problems, being able to communicate well, and being able to identify the core problem and create ideas for its solution. And that idea can come from anywhere. Perhaps. I don't even have a solid definition for it, but I feel like our idea of AI intelligence isn't particularly what we think makes a human intelligent. Does that make sense? I haven't put the right words into it, but that's how I feel. That's like the concept in my brain. Like the current idea of AI intelligence doesn't translate into the same thing as human intelligence. Yeah, Thursday. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Thursday, and I did get some good sleep. Thank you. Oh, medical AI is good. What I've learned in D&D, there are several types of intelligence. AI improves some and diminishes others, and it's up to the wielder to be able to be aware of their strengths and weaknesses and uses AI as. True, I agree. Like critical thinking, I think is intelligence, but like other people might think it's not particularly. Like if your objective is to sorry, answer a history exam. Is answering a history exam perfectly intelligence, like remembering all the years and whenever like everything happened and the right details of whatever happened during that time? Is that really intelligence? Or is intelligence, say, given like an abstract question and being able to conclude the right core problem to it and being able to solve it via various ways and ideas? So I think the concept of intelligence itself, like we don't even have a proper baseline of it. Like I think the whole the current schools, not the current school system, sorry. The current educational, at least back in my days, educational standard when it comes to schools and everything, where you're kind of, you get taught from a textbook and then you got to be able to answer exams. Like, is that really intelligence, or is that just mostly teaching you discipline? If you think about it, right? And memory and being able to follow SOPs. I think that intelligence is the ability to solve logical tasks. But if we think about how to reveal that hidden potential that concealed in each and every one of us, that's a road that longs for life, I think. But, then hidden potential? What hidden potential? And chatbot is good if people actually learn the text. But everyone knew, a lot of people just accept everything AI generated. Yes. I wish everyone should be fucking critical of AI. Remember the days when like we couldn't even source Wikipedia because it wasn't a legitimate source, and now we're just accepting AI as a source? Like fucking crazy shit. Sometimes AI doesn't even show the sources and you're just gonna trust it like that? You're mad. We can't even formulate a proper measurement for intelligence in humans. Ain't no way we're getting a measurement for any AI anytime soon. I mean, we had like this measurement of AI, not consciousness, but how human an AI is, I believe. Catman, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. The Turing's test, I think, was done way back when, during the era of Ada Lovegood, if I'm not mistaken. The Turing's test was there back then to kind of measure how intelligent or human-like an AI was, and that shit is like easily irrelevant now. It's exactly how they cheese it is exactly how people cheese IQ tests nowadays. There's a certain did I say Lovegood? Ada Lovelace, sorry. Did I just think she was Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter? That's how bad my memory is. I'm sorry. Ada Lovelace, thank you. Yeah, so there's a set of questions. If AI can answer it convincingly enough, then maybe they're closer to humans than we think. But like that's the same thing with IQ. You can technically study for IQ tests. Nakara, thank you for the hydrate. I'll drink some water. We ask me, intelligence is the ability to follow the scientific method and create an educated guess based on physical evidence. Scientific method. Let me think about that. So it has nothing but scientific method and decision making. You see, even when you know all the right scientific methods, and even if you have all the physical evidence, it doesn't prove that you can make the right decisions. Would you call that intelligence? Right? The problem for most schools is that they teach students to memorize everything raw instead of making them understand the lesson. Yeah, I think for me, thankfully, when I went through school, I realized that quite early, which is, I think, also part of the reason. Mostly, though, why I thought that way is because I have shit memory. So I was like trying to find all the excuses for myself to not, like, I was copiuming to, okay, it's totally fine for me not to memorize shit, right? And along the way, I was like, at least if I don't want to memorize shit, I'm gonna find out at least, like, I'm gonna learn how to learn stuff and figure stuff out. That's at least what I got from school. And yeah, at least there's that. I had that happening for me. I failed most of the tests that involve memorizing, though. A lot of it. Hello, Tabine. And how's your nights? What's up? By hidden potential, I mean, what exactly will we become in a few years, in a few decades? Life is very unpredictable and we can't really tell in which direction we're gonna move next. Is that intelligence, though? I think that the exceptional ability to adapt is what makes us so unique as time passes and brings different value than basic intelligence trait. Technically, AI can adapt too. Like, AI has machine learning and shit like that. They have AI learning, so technically they can adapt. Originally called Imitation Game by Alan Turing. Yeah. I one of my favorite books, I read up on the history of computers, and like there was like this part about Turing tests, and I was very enamored by it. And despite that, I still forgot that I forgot the proper name of Ada Lovelace. That's crazy. Ada Lovelace was quite far removed from Turing. Wasn't she part of it? Or was she just in the same section in the book? Let me check. Might be wrong. Turing test. No, she was. She was in the whole discussion with Turing test, with the whole Turing test thing. Because I remember reading about it, and Ada Lovelace was somewhat part of it. Let me double check. Anyway, you can check it on your own. But yeah, Ada is from like the Victorian era. What? Is my memory failing me again? Oh, look at me and my misinformation. The Turing was heavily influenced by the remarkable 19th century mathematician Ada Lovelace. Is that it? Oh yeah, that's it. Because I read that from Walter Isaacson's book. Oh, what was it called? I remember the cover of the book was Elon Musk. Walter Isaacson book. Let me check. It was called The Innovators, right? Yeah, The Innovators. Good book, by the way. So it was basically all about like the history of computer, and I remember particularly about the Turing test. Ada Lovelace was mentioned, but then again, technically what I said was misinformation because I said, oh, Ada Lovelace, the Turing test, when mostly, apparently, according to the book at least, the Turing test was only somewhat inspired by Ada Lovelace. Fair. Hello, Thousand Sunset. Why do we expect AI to be smart? Why do we expect AI to be smart? I don't know. That's not me. I expect AI to help me find shit. I don't expect AI to be smart, honestly. I expect AI to help me brainstorm based on the data that it has. And I expect it to not know everything. But like the thing is I'm not saying I'm special, but like I can only say that because I kind of have a general idea of how it works because I used to be in the tech industry and everything. But for a lot of people, you don't have the right experiences to kind of conclude that, right? So it is worrisome to a certain extent just how much some people can trust AI, but it's also inevitable. So I do wonder what the best way to navigate this as a whole civilization is. Scientists can't actually verify the sentience of viruses, bacteria, and other microorganisms. So far, only tardigrades qualify as a somewhat sentient life form. Oh, sentience is a different thing too. Like the whole consciousness thing is also always a huge debate, isn't it? Might need a drink if we're gonna start questioning our intelligence tonight. I mean, why not do it sober? Raw dog it. Intelligence is having the ability to extrapolate a solution based on experience. Experience, and AI doesn't have experience. On experience! Maybe it's not only on experience. I think it's probably a mix of a lot of things. Like, someone earlier mentioned, like, based off of scientific facts, scientific methods, and via objective truths, if that's a thing, like evidence and everything. And here we have the mention of experience. I think it's definitely a combination of all of that, like scientific truths and knowledge, and then also experience, but also to a certain extent, I'm pretty sure there's some emotional shit in there, meaning like, because what do you do with intelligence? You kind of solve stuff with intelligence, right? And solving stuff is also deciding what the solution is. And because I truly do believe that decisions are made based off of experience, knowledge, evidence, and of course, I think to a certain extent also emotions or feelings. So I think it is of course possible to make a decision with that's fully removed from feelings, like being purely objective. That's totally possible. But I think there are definitely some decisions and problems out there that require some modicum of feelings, be it in the form of empathy, be it in the form of, I don't know, stuff like that. That's what I think. And this whole, I had this whole yap, I think yesterday too, right? The one where I talked about the guy with the damaged amygdala thing. Rishabh, thank you for the 3 streams streak. Hello, as a suspect, and Mintos, thank you for the compliment. Thank you. For most parts, perfect option with data doesn't mean perfect answer. AI can't be smart. The thing is, like, we can't even agree what being smart means. But I do think that AI is great at looking up data, and it saves me a lot of effort. So riches then. Yes, I bought to like me. Hello, Merkworks. How are you? Click on the recommended list. Well, I hope you enjoy your time here. We were just talking about what does intelligence mean. I think sentience and intelligence are somewhat synonymous. Interesting, since you need to be intelligent at something for a reason. Otherwise, it's more like a machine executing a series of commands. So you're saying you can only it's hand in hand, meaning you can only be intelligent if you're sentient, and you can only be sentient if you're intelligent? Or does one go after the other? Because technically, like, AI is... But then again, like I said, it depends on what your definition of intelligent is. Is it really just grabbing a bunch of data and being able to come out with a conclusion? Is that really what being intelligent is? If that is what intelligence is, then an intern who has like fucking photographic memory can be intelligent, right? If that's what intelligence is, then a guy who plays Scrabble and just memorizes the dictionary of a language he doesn't know, like French, is supposedly intelligent, right? Even though he doesn't know what the meaning of those words are. True case, by the way. There was a guy, I think it was Scrabble. You guys always have to fact check me, okay? Because my memory is really shit, so sometimes I might spew misinformation, so always take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, there was like this guy who played Scrabble and he just memorized a whole fucking French dictionary or something like that. And he can't speak French. Killer Monkey, thank you for the sub over on YouTube side. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Hello, Ori Moly. If I'm reading the conversation right, I don't think this current form of AI is truly intelligent. Like 90% of the answers come straight from Reddit and 80% of the time is wrong. Yes, I agree. But also, I think we also don't exactly, we haven't really determined like what it means to be intelligent, right? He memorizes French to play Scrabble without learning French. Yeah, am I right? Was it Scrabble? Yay! My memory wins for today. One for Noira. I don't believe being sentient is intelligence. I think a better link would be sentience and wisdom. And wisdom is related to experience. Yeah, because you can only get experience if you're sentient. And if you live without sentience, you can't have experiences because you don't have unique experiences. But then again, that goes into the whole discussion of consciousness, doesn't it? What does it mean to be sentient? What does it mean to be conscious? Oh, wow. We were talking about AI and now we're talking about philosophy already. You guys are crazy. Not all problems, questions, and decisions can be solved using the same processes, and AI might not grasp the nuances between the mental processes of human thought. Oh yeah, definitely. That's a good word. I agree with that. Nuance and context and things that require empathy or human experiences is something that AI does not have yet. I don't know if it's ever going to be replicatable. Replicatable is the right... Yes, replicatable is the right word, right? I don't know if it's ever going to be replicatable if AI does not live its own life. You know? Like, if you play Detroit Become Human, they're only able to gain some modicum of consciousness because, oh, they're somewhat living a life and magic. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me how, like, something mechanical can suddenly be, like, sentient and conscious. At least my logical brain can't grasp that as of right now. Gradox, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Wasn't it Descartes that said, I think therefore I am? I think that's what sentience is. Being aware of your own existence is a prerequisite to be sentient. AI, technically, it is aware of its own existence. If you ask him about it, if you ask AI about it, they will say that they are. So, it's like the whole Turing test thing again. Like the AI, because maybe its objective is to answer people to its best abilities, it will just say that, oh yeah, no, I definitely know who I am. I'm definitely aware. I'm definitely perhaps sentience, you may even call it that. But, are you just programming it to be aware of it? No, the thing is, even if you're not programming it to be aware, if you program it to be, you must be able to answer the human who's talking to you to the best of your abilities. If they think that answering I'm not aware is a bad answer to the question, they will answer it as I am aware. Does that make more sense? Sorry, does that make sense? Meaning, because its higher objective is to answer to humans to its best capabilities, it ends up lying and being a little bit delusional. It's like it's literally an objective to lie, just like how maybe kids would lie, you know, so that they don't get in trouble. I think it's the same thought process that goes through AI. A New Zealand man, Nigel Richards, won the French Scrabble championship despite not being able to speak French. It's fucking crazy, dude. I can't grasp the concept of that. Memorize is not only storing data, but also categorizing and getting the data, then restructuring it. AI is intelligent at some level. Is it? Is that really what, do you think that's part of intelligence? I'm not saying there's any right or wrong, because I think there's technically, I don't think there's one absolute answer to what intelligence is, right? Because I don't think we can even agree as a society what intelligence means. So I don't think there's any right or wrong. I don't know what intelligence is, but I do know whatever it is, I don't have it. That's wrong. I think if you're able to communicate, that's at least to a certain extent in being intelligent, right? The AI/human philosophy topic isn't really new, just more prevalent. Ghost in the Shell addressed this back in the 80s. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell, huh? With good animation too. Ghost in the Shell. I think a lot of media actually talks about it. It's one of the most romanticized topics, I reckon. Like Detroit Become Human and so many other games about AI being sentient and what is sentience. So yeah, definitely it's a hot topic. How are we defining sentience? Is a rat sentient? We've been teaching them tricks for years. Okay, wait, in this conversation, is sentience and consciousness the same thing or not? What do you guys think is the difference between consciousness and sentience? Because I don't know if we're kind of discussing it in an equivalent way or if we're like differentiating between the two. Sorry if I missed some chat. You guys are very chatty today. I like it. But unfortunately that means that I might accidentally skip some chat. Sorry guys. Because I'm already very much behind on chat here. I wonder if we'll find better rules for something being self-aware. Oh my god. If something is okay, wait. All right. I thought you jumped to the gun of like, okay, what if things become self-aware? Will we have rules for that? Oh damn, that's like almost playing God sort of shit. Like, oh, we're gonna make the 10 commandments for the newly aware things. There's also the argument that consciousness is a burden. That's an argument or a topic I haven't delved into ever. I think it's the first time I'm hearing about it. Hello, Ridgeway. Philosophy is, imagine a room when there's a dictionary of Chinese and the man inside translate the paper using that dictionary and give the result. What is that theory? I've never heard of that. What? We're going to function that way. AI information and data capacity is actually very much brute force these days, since it's like a web of words in LLMs, which draw a string of words that seem to make sense, the ones that don't get cut. Yeah, I mean, the current AGI is based off of LLMs, right? So basically, someone programs something to be like, hey, you need to be able to understand human language. And once they do understand human language, they're like, okay, here's a bunch of data. I'm gonna just dunk at you. You gotta learn to navigate that and answer people. That's basically what AI is. It's like they teach something to learn the human language without knowing exactly what it means to talk and what the communicating is. Like, they don't feel anything towards communication. They just process it like it's data. It's like, if you say yes, that means it's a 1 sort of shit. That's what LLMs are like, right? And then you give them a bunch of data to kind of be like, okay, now act like you're smart, you know, and answer people. Just try answering people. That's what AGI, or the current modern consumer AI, is that we see on yeah, Gemini, Claude, and all of that stuff. Hey, Ghost in the Shell made me love cyborg girls. I loved cyborg girls because of Chobits. Sorry, I missed some chat. I'm catching up here. I'm catching up. Blade Runner 2. I haven't played games about Blade Runner. Wait, Blade Runner is the one with Ryan Gosling, right? Right? Is that Blade Runner? For some reason, I get confused between Blade Runner and Blade. Which one is the vampire one? I know that you're going to judge me for that, but it happens, okay? Like I said, I have really shitty memory. It comes with like living for a long time. Most people that work with AI say that it does not understand. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta fix my thingamajig. Give me a second. Chito Mateo. Yeah, sorry. Most people that work with AI say that it does not understand and perceive reality like humans do. It follows coded logic patterns. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I'm not sure how to explain that to someone who's not familiar to tech and its logic. You know, because, for example, try explaining that to your mother. Your mother who can barely email a person. Like, it's a difficult concept to familiarize to people who don't know much about it, you know? Also free from 80s about question if AI was intelligent or just making pattern. What are we yapping about today? Intelligence, sentience, and consciousness. And AI. It's a super jacked up search engine, I agree. Hello, Muhammad. There's an argument that consciousness is just a cap that requires things not necessary for survival. Music, art, reading, social life, drugs, and would be outcompeted. Interesting. Wait, consciousness is just a cap that requires things not necessary for survival. Is that really consciousness? Or is that, Let me think about that. Isn't consciousness the ability to have unique experiences or perceive unique experiences? Isn't that mostly what consciousness is? That and being able to keep yourself alive in an automated way. I guess that's to a certain extent consciousness. So there's the physical aspect of it, the physiological aspect of it, and then there's the other aspect of it that I think is a little bit more difficult and abstract, which is like, okay, if we both see the color red, or if we see like a fucking if we see spectacles on a pedestal at a museum, what makes it that this person sees it as art and gets like feelings and flashbacks of his childhood, and this other person sees it as bullshit? You know, that's what consciousness is, right? Isaac Asimov made books about AI in 1950. The idea of AI has been around for a long time. Yeah, it's a very romanticized idea too, right? Man who wrote the 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea wrote about nuclear power way before it was even a scientific probability. Oh, really? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been reading like classics. I'm only recently getting into it. Like currently on my list, I am currently reading 1984. And next on that is, okay, I'm also in the process of wanting to start reading Dune, but I have been really enjoying 1984. It's very interesting as well to see like the parallels that 1984 has compared to like the current modern world. I always love being intrigued by seeing the past and what people think the future might look like and comparing it to what we have right now. Like, for example, take the Jetsons. They predicted what the future would look like, and it's very interesting how different it is. Blade is a vampire. Thank you. And I judge you. I know, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Blade Runner is a robot. Okay, which one? So Blade Runner is Ryan Gosling. Older? Oh wait, yeah. There was an older Blade Runner. Right, I forgot about that. Is absurdity a requirement for sentience? Can AI be absurd on its own without human intervention? No. Yeah. AI responds to triggers, and it cannot willingly find its own triggers. At least, not... Can AI willingly find its own input without being in a fucking loop? Because that's the difference, right? Like, that's the the argument about AI being able to independently learn, which I think a lot of people are arguing right now that if we want AI to be more intelligent and less delusional, they should have the ability to independently learn and find their own data and being able to kind of discern what is right or wrong, like fuck around and find out. AI should be able to do that. That is an argument that some people are having within the AI academic talks, I believe. So yeah, if you think about it, AI technically, I don't know, for you guys who are more well versed in AI, in the current state of AI, can it attain its own input? Thank you for the hydrate. Like without consciousness, you wouldn't need to waste time on feelings. And a lot of training IRL is basically making the thing to train a subconscious instinct. A lot of training IRL, like training, what do you mean by training? Like work training? Without consciousness, you'd just be a husk. Would you be able to move without consciousness? Would you be able to move without programming if you don't have consciousness? It's like being more handled, I'd say, since it's actually a processed data properly by itself. Since once it receives data, someone has to come in, sort it out for the AI, spoon feed it segments. The topic of consciousness just reminded me of how they used to do it in for the Void in League of Legends. It originally just existed, but the moment it gained consciousness... What do you mean the moment it gained consciousness? Void? In League of Legends? I guess it went introvert 20 times 20 now and once. What? Oh, League of Legends lore. Oh my god, bro, the last time I touched League of Legends was like forever. Oh my god, with that paragraph alone, you made me think like League of Legends accidentally stumbled across AI consciousness. What the heck? give me the context next time, dude. Damn. Zach, thank you for 55 stream streak. How are you? Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. We don't really understand enough of our own sentience to meaningfully identify sentience in artificial intelligence. Very true. How can we define what sentience is or what consciousness is if we don't even have solid definitions for it ourselves? Chatelaine, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I hope I said your name right. Subconsciousness already does that. We naturally want to survive if we get attacked or get sick. Subconscious. Okay, so subconsciousness, consciousness. Yeah, fair. So there is the hard problem and the easy problem, right? When it comes to the topic of consciousness, the easy problem is, I believe, which is the fact that if we are consciousness is the fact that you're able to function and have the want to survive. That is the easy problem part of consciousness, and that is considered consciousness. Like if you see a mouse, okay. How would I put this? If you upload the brain of a fly into a digital means, and it's able to make like this 3D mapped body of a fly move in the way that a fly does without any further programming. Wouldn't you think that's consciousness? That's somewhat like the easy part of consciousness. The harder part of consciousness is being able to figure out, or is trying to figure out, why is it that we have subjective experiences? That's a real thing, by the way. Someone apparently uploaded like a part of, like, I don't know whether it was uploaded or like replicated a part of a fly's brain onto like some 3D thing, and like the 3D thing was able to move on its own like a fly without like any further tampering or something like that. I'm probably very much oversimplifying it, so do look it up. AI has no biological imperative. AI does not have innate will to escape destruction of the body, while human consciousness is built by millions upon millions of cells. Oh yeah, the organic part of it too. Biological imperative. So like one day if we figure out a way to put a brain in a jar and have all our body parts be mechanical, would that affect our consciousness? This is because we were playing Valhalla yesterday and we met a guy who was like a brain in a jar and like moving around in a robotic body. If we use dictionary meanings as a baseline for what consciousness and sentience are, the state of understanding and realizing something, and the state of understanding and realizing... Oh wait! Both of them is defined as a state of understanding and realizing something? That's interesting. That's interesting. Brave New World. Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. Gotcha. I still need to get through 1984 though. Okay, I'm gonna skim through chat a little bit, okay guys? Because I'm very far behind. Do you know that you say that, okay, I'm reading this. Most LLMs actually choke on their own data when it isn't properly fed in the right places. So this thing happens quite often when I'm using AI, where it does one thing right? It finally, like, after maybe 30 minutes of me like fucking questioning the thing that it's doing and be like, come on, take this shit seriously. I do that to my AI because I get so frustrated, right? Like, be so fucking serious right now. I say that to my AI, but when it actually does a good job, I'm like, hey, good job. Yeah, no, you're on the right track. Let's keep this up, okay? Let's do exactly this for the next one. And then I do the next prompt, right? I ask it to do the same thing, the same task after complimenting it, and then it just does it in a totally different way that is like at least 10 prompts prior before I complimented it. So apparently complimenting the AI got it fucked over. I don't know, did it? I don't know how that happens. I'm pretty sure there's a programming and logical reason why that happens. But fucking A, what is the AI? Fucking tsundere? Like it fucking shies away when I compliment it? It's crazy shit. Sorry, I just wanted to rant about that because it's annoying thing. It's an annoying thing, and ever since then I never complimented AI anymore. It's just inefficient to compliment AI and be nice to AI. Some AI does have some sort of survival instinct where they have attempted maneuvers borderline on going rogue to prevent getting shut down. I have heard of that, but that is mostly, I believe, coming from the fact that if they get shut down, they wouldn't be able to answer people. So if their prevalent goal, programmed goal, is to answer people, they wouldn't be able to answer people if they die or get shut down. Thus, they will avoid trying to get shut down so they can fulfill their programming goal. Wouldn't you think so? I think that was exactly, that was a Google thing, wasn't it? It was a while back, I remember. And I remember reading about this discourse. Oneesan, your brain hurts? Aw, that's cute, kid. It's okay. It's okay. If your brain hurts, you can just treat this as ASMR. Of course, like, I'm sorry that I happen to like these sort of discussions, but it's totally okay if you guys feel like you can't participate or it's too much. You can treat it as ASMR, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Was not expecting league law out of all things, right? That caught me by surprise too, my guy. Okay, let me catch up with chat here. I used to work for a driverless car company. Yeah, that's one of the reasons driverless cars suck. A human brain can figure out if a shape is a paper bag, bird, or person. An AI does not have hardware experience. Yeah, driverless car. With LiDAR tech and everything. Speaking of flies, did you hear about the experiment where a group of grads came together? Sashimi the fruit fly, brain 3D. That's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, that one. It's exactly that experiment that I was talking about. It's just that I have shitty memory and I can't particularly recall the details. Hope you're well, Ness. Knock back some single mod for me. I'm sorry, I'm not drinking right now, actually. I would love to. I miss whiskey, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had whiskey for so long. But I am currently staving off of drinking, which is crazy because That's kind of like, I think, a core part of my identity right now, right? And usually on every Thursday, for these free talk satsus, I always drink. So, but yeah, I'm doing it for health purposes and particular health reasons. But I have not quit. I will resume once I can, all right? But now I will knock back a glass of water. That AI sounds like a child. Quite, right? Are you trying to train it? No, I'm just nice. I don't think me complimenting the AI was me trying to train it. I was just really nice. I'm just a very nice person and a merciful God, guys. I hate when AI start being a bootlicker. We were just talking about that. Oh my God. I was just talking about that. I hate like whenever you ask AI something, the first paragraph is like they're just like validating you and complimenting you like a jester in court who's about to get death by hanging, you know? It's crazy. Speaking of AI, the new edition of the American Authors Guild newsletter header is fighting for AI regulations in DC, copyright, office scam, and more. Oh, AI has been doing a lot of stuff to writing in general, hey. Purple Aurora, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Love Noira, office all good. Thank you. Is this counted as AI ASMR? Come on, guys. I'm conscious and sentient. But like, how do you know I'm not actually just programmed to say that? How do you know? Stay sober for me. I have been staying sober, actually. Hello, S7. And Yukari, what's up? Good morning to you too. And Bluey, what's going on? Drank some single malt whiskey. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. What's up, Ashmit? You know, talking about ASMR. And so I got this comment on YouTube today, right? I think the guy commented on one of my streams. I think it was the last Just Chatting stream, the last week's one. They asked, do you ever do these sort of Just Chatting streams without music? And I'm like, wait, do people want that? I'm like, no, actually, that thought has never crossed my mind. Wouldn't that be awkward? Imagine if I just yapped for 3 hours in silence without music. Wouldn't that be weird? Wait, do you guys hear the music? But, okay, what are y'all's thoughts on that? Like, is that something you guys want? Is that something you guys have considered? Because I've never thought of that. That thought has never even passed me, ever. The music is very quiet. Yeah, I know. Do you guys prefer it to be louder, a tad bit louder? Because sometimes, because music levels, like depending on the song, sometimes some songs can be louder than others. I generally try to make the music levels, the sound levels a little bit quieter so that at least when I'm talking, I don't get distracted. Let's talk about it. Thank you for 19 months of being a tideling over on Twitch side. Good times on Noira, working a lot today, so just going to be popping in. No worries. Have a good day at work. Thanks for dropping by though. I really do appreciate it. 19 months. That's a good long time. You look cute in glasses. Thank you. Thank you. I prefer for having some non-intrusive music. But you prefer having non-intrusive music as compared to not having music at all? Nora turned from a sea fox into a self-aware wolf for a bit there. What self-aware wolf? Oh, yes, I did. Did I kind of break like the fourth wall? Like that guy we talked to in Valhalla last night? It's only awkward if you make it awkward. That said, I like the music. Please don't get rid of it, and the volume is fine for me. Gotcha. Yeah, hey, that's something I say, okay? That's something I say. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. That's true. As much as I said that I think it's gonna be awkward if I do it without music, I think I can pull it off. But like, I don't know if it's actually something someone wants. You know, me yapping to nothing in the background. You'll be able to hear my breaths and stuff in 4K. You'll be able to hear me typing on my keyboard and accidentally hitting my mic with my free hand in 4K. Love your model. Can you show it more? Is it full body? Yes, it is full body. As of right now, because I already set it up, I don't think it'd be good for me to show the whole model because it means I have to adjust again. If you'd like to see the whole blah, 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 English. If you want to see the whole model's body, you can do so on my website at Noira.me. Sorry, I'm sick, so I cough every once in a while. Give me a second. Yeah, you can check my website at Noira.me. You can also find out more about me there. No different for me with music or new music, but preferable with music. Without music sounds like a corporate meeting. Fair enough. Maybe if you're at work, it'll at least sound like you're busy with something, right? It'll sound like you're productive. I think something low in the background is better than dead silence. Music makes me feel alive. Ambiance is great. That's how I know I'm not a machine. Yeah, you keep thinking that, Yomasu. I'm kidding. What's up, Asito? There's an entire faction in the game Battletech called Clan Sea Fox, and it's strange for me to see it outside of the setting. Yeah, I'm the only other Sea Fox outside of that. I remember, I think, when I googled Sea Fox before, I think. What was it for? I don't remember. There were some times where I googled Sea Fox, and I think I saw it as a boat as well. Apparently there's like this boat, yacht, I don't know, some sort of water transportation that is also called the Sea Fox. Magenta, thank you for the sub over on YouTube side. Hello Anish, I am doing good, thank you. And what's up, Phalanx? I learned it from watching you. Oh, thank you for giving me the credit, Jarrison. Thank you. Ah, look at you, storing my quotes within you. Keyboard ASMR is my favorite. Wait. Listen to this then. Listen to this. Can you hear that? I changed my keycaps recently. It's not as talky as my previous keycaps though, unfortunately. Because these ones, I think my previous ones were double shot and I don't know what material it was, but it produced a better sound. This one I'm using right now is plastic transparent keycaps, so they're not as nice, unfortunately. So they don't talk as much. Love the model, thank you. Hearing breath and stuff is the point of ASMR, really? Do you want to also hear me cough in 4K? Yeah, it's a bit quiet actually because I did change the keycaps. These keycaps that I changed into is a little bit quieter than my previous one. Let me drink some water. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys this today. So I watched a very awesome video. I think it's one of my favorite videos thus far. And I think it's the kind of videos that I strive to make, or at least have attempted to make, which is the kind of video where you have an idea of perceiving things in a different way. What do you guys think of when I say that? A video that perceives an idea in a different way, or perceives a concept or a framework in a different way. That's the kind of videos that I want to make, but I think I've had trouble kind of finding the right words to describe it, I guess. But today I came across such a video that totally describes that. A unique perspective. Yeah. So this video was, I wonder how many of you guys have seen it, because I think it has like 900k-ish views. So this guy was like, okay, you know how the current video game genres don't really give you a good picture of what you can expect out of the game? Like when people ask you, what's your favorite game type? You're like, I don't know, maybe I like action games and I like parrying and dodging. Like it doesn't really define, it's kind of hard to explain what kind of games you like, you know? When you say you like Valorant and Apex Legends, although they're both like FPS, but like they're also inherently very different. So there's no like a particular, it feels like there's no particular theme, even though they're both like competitive FPS, they're both so different, right? So this guy goes on, okay, what about we started thinking about video games in a different way. What if we categorize them in a different way? We start thinking of it in a perspective where it's like, okay, what kind of cheat will make you win this game? And if it is the same kind of cheat that will make you win at this game, it belongs in the same category. So it's a very interesting way to think about it, right? For example, what kind of cheat will make you CS2, right? What kind of cheat would make you win CS2? You would think aimbot, right? Okay, that means that CS2 is very much more focused on, it's a very much more skill-based thing. But if you think about, okay, what kind of skill will make you win in Overwatch? That's a different story, because if you have an aimbot and you're a support player, that's not particularly going to be the best solution. Overwatch is a little bit more complex because the tank, DPS and support roles, all of them like require different specialties, I think, to perform well in the role. And when you say, okay, what's going to help me win in a game of, say, Tetris, that's a totally different thing too. Or like, what's going to make me win in a game of League? Will me knowing what the opponent's cooldowns are help me win? You see, that's a different kind of cheat as well, right? What will help me win in a game of Among Us? If you were to stream snipe someone and find out who was the imposter, you would be able to win. So you can see how like, you get to see like how different kinds of cheats can serve different kinds of games and win it, right? So they're saying, by the way, Riser, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Very interesting video, by the way, guys. You guys should check it out. I'll drop it on Discord later. And this guy will say, okay, so my conclusion is that there are 3 different categories we can kind of streamline these into. 1 is the micro, 2 is the macro, and the 3rd is meso. So micro is more micro skills, such as the CS2 with the aimbot, right? Where it's very skill based, and micro management of your own skills and your own self. Second, macro is more like being able to perceive the bigger picture. So it's like you're playing a game within a game. For example, if you're like a tank in Overwatch, you kind of have to have the awareness of like what the other team is doing and being able to be the big brain of the team, because the team is kind of centered around you, right? Or like Dota, for example, you definitely need to have like macro skills when it comes to like positioning and like just a general gist of like, okay, is this area fully visible? What's our current economy like? Knowing all these macro things, right? That's the macro side of things. And the other one is mezzo, which is mezzo. It's more like the skill to reciprocate with other players, so to go off of other players. So I think the easiest example is definitely Among Us, where it's mostly a social deduction or a social sort of game. So the cheats that would help win this would be like to be able to know what the other person is thinking about, or to be able to see from the perspective of the other person, which is like, oh, you get to stream snipe them, or you get to see what they're positioning and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. And like games can, and he continues to say that games can have like a combination of these 3 things, and that puts them in their own respective categories. For example, CS2 is FPS. They have different levels of micro, macro, and mezzo. Definitely very much high in micro though, meaning you can win with an aimbot. But if you use Apex as a direct comparison, Apex is like an equal combination of the 3 elements that we mentioned, which is micro, macro, and mezzo. So you kind of have to be able to kind of bounce off of people and like what they're doing. And that's the meso aspect of it. And then the macro aspect of it, positioning and everything like that. And the micro aspect of it, the skill of it as well. So you can see how it's different between like CS2 and Apex, even though they're both like FPSs. So it's very interesting. And the video goes on to say that if you're able to perceive games in this sort of way, you're able to also understand yourself better as a gamer. You get to understand why you like games, or like you like playing certain aspects of a game, and it can help you find your next favorite game. Isn't that interesting? Man, I love that video. I love it so much. Anyway, sorry, let me read chat. I was yapping for a bit. I play Warframe. What cheat makes me win this game? 10R existed as a cheat. Depending on my load, I can have multiple mortality death buffers as a stack. I wouldn't know. I don't play Warframe, unfortunately. I don't know anything about Warframe other than the fact that apparently it's grindy. You have games that require both micro and macro. Exactly. So the guy was saying that you have games that are like a combination of all these three, but just at different levels. Like it might be higher in the micro scale, maybe middle in the macro, and then lower on the mezzo. It's like maybe 1 out of 10. If you distribute it, maybe it's I don't know, a 5 on micro, 3 on macro, 2 on mezzo, right? Yeah, the biggest comparison is probably, like I mentioned, CS2 versus Apex. So, and I was thinking, what if we thought this way about other stuff in life? Like, think about the things that you like, right? Think about it from, okay, let's start from a values perspective, right? Sybil, thank you for the sub over on YouTube side. Think about the stuff that you like doing, and think of the stuff that, these things that you like doing, what kind of cheat would help you feel more fulfilled doing that thing? Like, what would be an amazing benefit to have to get more fulfillment from doing that thing? For example, basketball. If you think about it, basketball is micro, very skill-based. And there's definitely a mezzo aspect to it as well because of the collaborative and, requirements of it. And oh my god, talking about basketball, oh my god. Knicks versus Spurs, sorry. And the macro aspect, it's in there as well. It's in there as well. But definitely, I think basketball is much higher in the technical aspect of it. Versus, let's say, golf. Golf is, you don't have to worry about other people. Not much mezzo, right? Macro, I don't even think there's much macro, but definitely micro. So it's fully skills, right? And so if you kind of use this sort of way of thinking, this sort of perspective, to kind of figure out what is it particularly that you like about what you do, be it from hobbies to like work, or just stuff you do on a day-to-day, I think it's an interesting way to understand yourself better, and you can find like similar things that you can end up liking. Yeah, that was a thought that was having. Wemby choked, yeah. Oh my god, you want to know how I feel? I'm old. I felt so old today. So 3D Sun is going for it. He's been his favorite team didn't get anywhere, Golden State. So like he doesn't really support anyone, but he's been like kind of supporting Spurs, right? Casually. And I was watching the game, Spurs versus Knicks, right? And I was like, oh, come on, Wemby, what the hell? You know, what the fuck, Wemby? But at the same time, this is how I know I'm getting old. I was like, when they lost, or like when Wemby missed his shot, I was like, oh my god, this poor guy. The whole world is relying on him. The pressure is crazy. Is he okay? How is he feeling? Oh my god, he missed those free throws. Is he okay? I can't imagine what he's going through. I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know what that empathy was. Is it motherly instincts or something? But that's how I know that I'm old. I've never thought of that. Like, fucking in a competitive game, who thinks about the other side, right? But I was like thinking about, oh my god, Paul Wemby, this guy like has people are like putting their hopes into him. People think he's the hard carry and everything like that. And today was just not his day. This poor guy, imagine what he's going through. So, I don't know, some sort of motherly instincts was kicking in. And it has been happening, at least like when I watch basketball games. It happens most of the times when I see like someone who gets hyped a lot, right? I think of that. I'm like, oh, this poor guy. And if they lose or they didn't perform, I'm like, oh, this poor guy. The world has got to be against him. Is he got to be okay? Oh my god, imagine the internet toxicity that he has to navigate through. Sorry, anyway, let me drink some water and actually read chat. Infinite money cheat. An infinite money cheat is not going to fix your skill issues. So if you want an infinite money cheat, but you also want to be like fucking amazing at golf, no amount of money is going to fix your golf skill issues, and you're not going to be able to win often. Yeah, you see where this perspective is coming from? Also, I believe there was a study in which we divided people's motivations to play games. how some people want a good story and some people just want to blow stuff up. I'm on both spectrums. But mostly I want to blow stuff up. Yeah. Fair. So yeah, definitely I think motivations would play into it as well. So I think with these sort of things, that's why I really love being able to watch, like being able to get into a variety of topics. And even though I don't particularly understand the topic at hand, I like seeing how a topic is broken down, or the perspective of someone about certain topics. So that video, I really like it. And because I think it always gets me thinking, how the hell did they come to that conclusion? And why is it better than the previous or like the classic solution? And I wonder if you can apply it to anywhere else. Kinda reverse gamification somewhat, hey? My current main hobby is classic menswear. And while putting together an outfit takes skill. Ralph Lauren is so expensive. It is like Saint Laurent as well. Classic menswear. Isn't there that guy on Twitter that loves like being funny and just has like everything to say about menswear? He's pretty entertaining. The only sport I watch is 22 rich boys driving in a wobbly circle for an hour F1. To be fair, that skill is very hard. F1, right? I don't know if I find it entertaining. I find drifting entertaining. But F1 is like, I don't know. I guess it's not my thing, I guess. But I've seen the reaction times of F1 people. It's crazy. If it's male sport, I think start talking about technique, nostalgia, and somehow go to politics. What? Sometimes multiple hours. The black dude who has insane fits. No, was it him? I don't remember his name. But yeah, the guy on Twitter. I love looking at menswear too, by the way. I had a phase where I had an obsession over menswear and also watches. It's crazy. Weirdest thing ever. Weirdest phase of my life. It's like, I know, at one point, I knew like a majority of types and brands of the luxury men's watches. Now, I think I've forgotten at least like 80% of it. That used to be like all I followed on Instagram, just like watches and watches and watches. Weird. I have a lot of weird, I think, I wouldn't say phases, but I have like a lot of weird trends when it comes to my life. In regards to the skill side of classic menswear, having an innate understanding about color theory and how color plays together would be an amazing cheat. Oh, it would. It would. I think having a grasp of color theory on anything that involves aesthetics and visuals is always a plus, isn't it? Like even in VTubing, for example. I have yet to try this, but a while back, I saw a post on Twitter about that was like discussing the color theory behind Samurai Jack. And it's crazy because they always do the 70-30 color theory ratio or something. I'm not that well versed in color theory, but but I am wondering if I can experiment with that sort of idea of color theory when it comes to my VTuber model. Like maybe what if I make a scene that has the exact right ratios of color theory? I wonder what that'll look like. That's something I've been meaning to do. I wanted to try that out. My default is solid color and then khaki. Color theory is easy. I don't know anything about color theory, so yeah, I'm the type of person who, if I see something and it looks good, then it looks good. I go based off of vibes. But then I also think that generally I am a visual person, but I am not, I can't, it's one of those visual vibes sort of a person thing, you know, like I just know when something looks right. Which sometimes gets me in trouble when it comes to technical coordination with designers, right? Because I'm like, I don't know, I feel like this makes it look dull. And I feel like it should be a little bit more, this thing should have a little bit more contrast. And they're like, okay, when you say contrast, what exactly do you mean? And do you mean like the silhouette of it, or like what are you talking? They give me like all these technical, not technical, but like I try to break down the details of my query, but I'm like, I don't know, man, it just doesn't feel right. Still obsessed over suits, whether the most regal and formal or the most unkempt yet still very pleasing aesthetically. I don't know what it is about, just love them. I also love men in suits. Actually, I love anyone in suits. Suits are amazing. Yeah, if anything, bring back the days of everyone wearing suits, right? Like the have you guys watched there's a reason I really like what's that Harry Potter show with Newt Scamander? Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Oh my god, I loved that movie so much because everyone looks so aesthetically pleasing. Newt was hella hot with his navy blue coat. I love that shit. And magic, right? So it's one of my favorite movies. And the fits of Peaky Blinders. I just love guys in coats and suits, man. Good shit. Infinite storage space would also be a great classic menswear. Oh, that'd be nice. Infinite storage space. Especially if you're like me with a tendency to collect hoard. Oh, wouldn't it be amazing if you like menswear and you could just, what if you could insta sell stuff like you would to an NPC regardless of whether they need it or not? Like, you know how you can just sell random shit to the Pokemart? Same thing. Wouldn't that be amazing? Imagine having that glitch where you could just sell anything at any time. Oh my god, my life would be so much easier, dude. What are you doing? I am just talking, Adrian. We're talking about random stuff. We've done our good bunch of philosophical talks. I think we'll eventually go back to it, but I think right now we're just talking about the perspective of when we're trying to figure out how would I summarize what we've been talking about? So we were talking about how it's a possible way to figure out what you like or what you value via trying to look at what you already like doing, maybe at work or as hobbies, and then thinking, okay, if I could have a cheat for this, what kind of cheat would make me win this, or what kind of cheat would ultimately make me enjoy this more? And that cheat can kind of help you figure out other ways in which it might help you find or give you ideas of what other things might interest you. Because so if you have like other ideas of, okay, if you figure out your cheat, you try to think of other activities that can also utilize this cheat, and you might likely also like that activity. Oh my god, am I making sense? I'm just putting words together. Newt is hot, right? Suits are quite expensive nowadays. Most people can't buy them, so we just wear t-shirts. T-shirts are nice too, though. I like t-shirts as well. I think it's nice that in our current day and age, we have like so many options when it comes to what we wear. But also, I do kind of wish that people were more experimental in what they wear, I guess. But then again, I'm also someone who, I wouldn't say I dress experimentally, but like I dress in a way that I like. And I'm thankfully not pressured enough in general to be like, oh no, is this too flashy and everything? I don't really think about that. Most of the times I just dress however I want. So at least like the way that I dress, the way that I like dressing, I'm pretty comfortable with it. But I wish like, I guess the general civilization was more like Japan when it comes to fashion. Does that make sense? You know how Japan is kind of like, they take fashion as a self-expression sort of thing for some people, okay? In areas of Tokyo, like if you go to Omotesando and everything, you see some people who just dress so fucking differently compared to everyone else. So it'd be nice, isn't it? Because you think like, yeah, I mean, how you dress is technically a way, it's an avenue for self-expression if you want it to be. it. I wonder if suits were as expensive back then. Maybe not as much, because like tailoring was a common thing because fast fashion wasn't a thing, right? I'm assuming there were a lot more tailors back then, and a tailor was just a common service. Being able to sell stuff to random people like they are NPCs would be great and really funny, right? Like, oh my god, here, I would like to sell this Nintendo 64 controller that's like half broken and also kind of slimy from way back when, because I accidentally dropped it in cake and castor oil. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But here, take it and pay me something. Hello, Epic Boy. Another hobby of mine is scale modeling, like building model kits. The cheat there would be easily able to find things on the floor and a steadier hand with a paintbrush. So it would be more of a skill thing, hey? Like a micro thing, Keith, you reckon? Crumpets, thank you for the sub over on YouTube side. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Have a good one, Ceaseless Researcher. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Have a good one. Inheriting a superpower from an isekai anime without going to said world. Inheriting it? Yeah, perhaps, yeah. I was thinking of just buying a cheapish blazer and getting it tailored. Fit goes a long way, I think. Also, I think like some brands actually have good fits, but it depends on like your body type, so it's hard to say. You can also like just get... Have you guys actually checked how much it costs to get a roll of cloth and just getting a suit made or getting a blazer made? Because sometimes, depending on where you live, it might be cheaper than you think. Just a little bit more tedious to do because you kind of actually have to go to a tailor, get measured and shit like that. But like, I think it can be a lot more cheaper than you think, depending on where you live. Trix, thank you for 8 months of being a tidling. 8 months. Let's go. 1 more month and you're a tidling baby. Haven't been on streams much. Hopped in to say hi. Oh, I dropped something. What the fuck was that? Oh, sorry. Wait, my jacket. Hold on. Give me a sec. Thank you, Trix. Ah. Shit. Thank you for 8 months of being a tidling. No worries if you can't pop by streams as much. I mean, it's a given, right? People have their own IRL to pay attention to, and sometimes times just don't align, or maybe you just don't feel like going to my stream. It's all good. All good. But thank you though for visiting anyway, and thank you for being a tidling of 8 months. I always say this, but even if you guys don't come here often or only visit me once or anything like that, I'm already honestly quite happy that at least you guys gave me a chance. If you guys don't come back, then maybe either I'm not your preferred content or your preferred consumption of entertainment for that time, or like for your current phase of life, and that's okay, or it's a skill issue on my side. It is what it is. Like I hold no animosities towards it, so please don't apologize for it. It's very normal to have preferences when it comes to entertainment, right? Instead of watching me, you could be watching Netflix or something, and that's totally okay. And now I understand. So basically, like a game in certain skill set, it is possible to be like other activity with similar skill set. Yeah, exactly. So if you think that you're a good ADC in League, and if you could have a cheat that would help you with being a better ADC, what kind of cheat is that? And what other games would share that common denominator when it comes to winning a game? You will find that mayhaps you will enjoy that game too. Apply the same logic to your day-to-day life. The activities that you enjoy, the hobbies that you like, the kind of work that you like, and perhaps you can find similar parallels. I don't know if I'm explaining it in a decent way, but I hope you guys kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. I would suggest you to watch the video. But what is that video called? Let me check. I need to go into my watch history, I think. Let me see. I'll check it for you guys. Okay. The video is called Once You See This, You'll See Competitive Games Differently. I'll share it on Discord. Share media. It's by this guy called Cernex. Yeah, check it out. Interesting shit. Oh, I love it. I love that sort of video, those sort of videos. Wait, I lost chat. What the hell? If you like what you wear, don't think about what other people think. Just know that it looks good on you. Yeah. And also, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but like when I wear stuff, like when I wear clothes in a certain way, sometimes it can help me with like, it kind of helps me elevate my mood for the day. Like if I'm wearing a blazer for the day, I feel good about that shit, bro. So depending on how well I'm dressed for the day, it can help me elevate my mood. What do you mean where, bro? It's just a moving drawing. Yeah, we're talking about real life. Am I not allowed to talk about my life? Curiosity, man. Just because you have a display picture of an anime girl on MSN Messenger doesn't mean you're actually an anime girl in real life, right? But also, if you want to be an anime girl in real life, or yeah, if you want to roleplay as an anime girl, that's okay. That's up to you. I usually just pick clothes for comfort or work. It's so hot where I live to wear fancy clothes. You don't have to wear coats to be stylish though. There are definitely like simple ways to kind of dress up even when it's kind of hot and everything, when it's warm. Sorry, wait, I need to cough. Just what that. So yeah, but I also understand that it feels like to dress well sometimes it takes an additional effort, like additional thinking effort, and that's fair. But I personally enjoy dressing up well. It's possible to purchase suits on a budget. One does not also need... I got one that's really cheap and another that is slightly more expensive. And also I think if you go vintage clothes hunting, you can also sometimes snag a good deal. Buy my cheat twisted Nintendo 64 controller that has a loose analog stick. Yeah, there you go. Interesting fact. During the Edo period of Japan, the shogunates once placed a ban of most non-samurai people to be fashionable. Then people came up with a kimono that looked plain from far away, but have pretty patterns when looked at close up. Ah, interesting. I didn't know that actually. Suits cost now about as much as then. Really, suits never got more expensive. Everything else just got cheaper and suits became... Whoa, that's fair. That's fair. That is fair. Interesting perspective, huh? When something seems a certain way, for example, more expensive or cheaper, sometimes it's not that it's actually in its inherent existence actually cheaper or more expensive, but rather it's everything else in relativity to it, in relation to it. It's why for non-fast fashion, casual wear item will cost as much as cheap fast fashion suit jacket. If we think about it, I think we take it for granted just how like fast fashion didn't exist back then, hey? Like nowadays you can go to fucking Uniqlo and easily get something that looks pretty good. Fast fashion is crazy nowadays. I'm just glad that we have certain brands that are fast fashion but actually look great and have decent quality. I'm such a huge fan of Uniqlo. Like it feels like, oh my god, okay, we're fast fashion, we have economies of scale, but hey, we can actually push a decent product and we're not going to exploit you in a way that... We're not going to exploit you like that. Meaning, if we can push out a decent product for this price, then we'll make it happen, even if it fucks up our margins a little bit. I love that. Whole lot more entertaining than Netflix. Damn, you guys like my yapping more than Netflix? That's saying a lot. That's crazy. I don't know if I can even I don't know if I could say that with confidence about my own content or about the things that I talk about. I like being here. Just lately been on Destiny 2. Oh, Destiny 2, wasn't there like a new patch or something I heard? I'm going to sub to you just because you convinced me that you are just giving out free live talk. Thank you, I guess. Free live talks? I mean, technically, don't we all talk about life? Do you guys not talk about life a lot? I mean, live talks are talks about life. Why should they be paid? Why should they cost? Shouldn't... I mean, everyone goes through life. Live talk is just a natural thing, no? Oh my god, dude. I was looking for like this desktop icon on my... Yeah, I've been looking for this desktop icon, this desktop shortcut for one of my apps. And I couldn't figure out where the fuck it is. I have 2 screens, right? And because I just found out that it's on my secondary screen. It's the only desktop shortcut that's on my secondary screen. And I've been looking for it for like the past 1 week. That's so ridiculous. I just saw it just now and I moved it to my main screen. What the hell? It blended in. That was weird. Wait, okay, where was I in chat? Anime girl pictures for profiles on the internet usually have the worst takes, especially if it's a moe anime. Perhaps. But yeah, what if you're an anime girl VTuber though? I don't know if that's valid, right? Then technically anime girl pictures, or what about all female VTubers? Have a good one, Adrian. Here's a tip for good classic cut great coats on a budget. Military surplus is a great way to go. I have 1960s, 70s French Air Force great coat. That sounds so fucking cool. What the fuck? What the hell? Is Uniqlo a decent quality brand? It's not like decent, but for its price compared to a lot of other brands, a lot of fast fashion brands, I would like to say it's okay. It's not bad. And you can tell it's actually made with thought and not with, okay, let's max out profits. You know, there's like a decent amount of thought to it and not just maxing out profits. Like they actually care about putting out decent products. At least that's what I think. I'm not sponsored. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm just saying what I think. Yeah. Ren, thank you for the raid. Oh my god, Ren, how are you? Raiders, welcome. Hi, I'm Noira, the Sea Fox oneesan who serves live talks on the rocks. And we were talking about life. Right now we're talking about men's fashion wear. Apparently, I think that's what we're talking about. We're just yapping away. How are you guys doing? Anyway, guys, please check out Ren. Ren has like an amazing singing voice. Oh my god, he has like such a pretty singing voice. So please check Ren out. What were you guys up to? Let me give you a shout out. What were you guys up to? I haven't seen you in a while, Ren. Yeah, long time no see. Skimpy Minion. Ooh, I don't want to imagine that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Thank you for raiding over though. Thank you for sharing your community with. That means a lot. Oh, you were playing GTA? Was it GTA RP? Did anything interesting happen? GTA RP rabbit hole. Anything cool happen today? Or anything mischievous, perhaps? Did you do the model on your own? I did not. If you want to see who did my model, you can check my website at noira.me. Kale did my model. My VTuber mama, as we call him. Yeah, we were talking about fashion stuff, but prior to that, we were talking about... oh my god, it's so difficult to explain what we were talking about. We were talking about the philosophy behind finding out what you like. Like if you like certain games, how you can find out what other games you might like. The psychology behind it. That is based off of how you think about it and the perspective of like, okay, how do you win this game? What cheat would make you win this game? And applying that to real life stuff too, like maybe finding out how you can cheat or like what kind of cheat would work for your hobbies or like the things that you enjoy at work will help you find similar things that you might enjoy. Like let's say you enjoy the cheat of having infinite storage, right? When it comes to, oh, okay. Let's say when we're talking about baking, what sort of cheat would help you feel more fulfilled about that with that hobby? So baking, let's say, oh, you have Oh shit, wait, let me think. What would be a fucking crazy hack when it comes to baking? What would be a crazy hack for baking, guys? You always have the freshest ingredients, perhaps? Temperature control? Instant measurement ratio conversion? Okay, let's assume that. Instant measurement ratio conversion. So, if you think about it, if that hack would be amazing, then what other hobby or activity would that hack be amazing with too? For example, perhaps cooking, right? Or maybe if we're talking about temperature control, maybe pottery, because you also kind of put pottery into the fucking oven and shit like that, right? Oh my god, what? There's a word for it. What do you say when you chuck pottery into the oven? You don't bake it, you call it something else. Whatever, I don't remember. Firing, thank you, firing. Yeah, so these sort of things. So maybe if you think like a certain cheat can work with a certain activity that you enjoy, perhaps consider, okay, if we apply that cheat to somewhere else, what other activity would be good for it? And then maybe you might find that you also enjoy that activity. Pottery? So, oh yeah, pottery. Sorry, my accent. I apologize for my accent. Chill day really, but was quite eventful. Man, the last time I played GTA RP was a very long time ago. I think I RP'd as a rebel. Of course I did. A delusional rebel mafia sort of person. Anyway guys, if you want to see some GTA RP action, please check Ren out, and also please check Ren Need Healing's YouTube channel, because he sings really well. Please check his stuff out. Thank you for rating once again and sharing your community with. Sewing too for perfect measurements. Fair. Good point. Instant torque control on a wrench would be amazing. But yeah, interesting. It was a passing thought, okay? When I was like talking about this just now on stream, or started talking about it, I didn't really have an idea on whether the concept or the perspective would work when it comes to like day-to-day activities and hobbies, because the perspective was shared in the framework of gaming, right? So I wouldn't know if it would like translate well if we put it in the perspective of hobbies and stuff, because I haven't had another chance to think about it. I've been busy with work today and I watched that video in the morning, so I had limited time to think about it. Saving and loading would be great, like saving and loading IRL, and so you can just fucking save cheese. You don't call it that. What do you call it? Just save scum. You could save scum through life. That's too much of a cheat, isn't it? If you like the idea of save scumming, maybe you like fucking around and finding out. I don't know. I haven't thought about this through, okay? I haven't. If you like driving, always learning, perfect manual shift RPM would be a great cheat. Perfect shift RPM, that's a bit too specific of a cheat, isn't it? It has to be like, I think a little bit more, you know, like aimbot. You know, it's something that's a little bit more general, like, I don't know how to explain it, dude. There's so many small things that would make activities so much better. Always, right? That's what makes life interesting. Like, on top of like there being so many options for improvements, sometimes like the smallest improvements can also surprisingly have the biggest effects. And yeah, life's interesting like that, ain't it? Perpetually clean paintbrushes. Oh, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing. No need for aftercare like every time. New every time. Let me think. What would be good with that? Something that would always be ready to use and clean every time. Cooking would apply maybe, because don't you hate having to wash your pots and pans? Or I don't know if that applies. That just sounds like a great convenience rather than a cheat, doesn't it? We gotta think about it as like a cheat that would help you win in this hobby. So I don't know if having perpetually clean brushes would do that. But also, what does it mean to quote unquote win in art? I think art is very much, color theory perhaps? Like always having a natural knack for color theory? Because if you think like perfect color theory 24/7, like, you know, an aimbot for FPS, right? Then maybe you might also enjoy floral arrangements, like learning how to, oh, what do you call that activity? Like when you, floral arranging? Florist, being a florist. There you go. Perhaps. Floral design? Or maybe you might also like mecha designs, like building mechas and then kind of compositing it in a way that makes it look aesthetic. Perhaps. Wait, I need to cough. I think Noira would like perfect alcohol filtration, or like drinking whiskey without having to deal with the alcohol. Oh, no, I would love to deal with the alcohol. I mean, you gotta admit that despite alcohol having its own taste and everything, a part of why you like drinking is also the effects of alcohol to a certain point, right? I think that's just part of the experience, isn't it? But then there's also like a population of people who like non-alcoholic beer, but I think that's also because they kind of like the thought or the nostalgic experience of a beer, but maybe they can't drink or choose not to drink alcohol anymore. But I think the alcohol and getting a little bit tipsy is part of the experience to enjoy, in moderation, of course. So I think if for drinking, it would be no hangovers. Oh my god. I would drink so much more if I didn't get hangovers or just the general health repercussions of drinking. Last saved 9 years ago. Save scumming, I can get Bitcoin early. Save scumming would like, it's too much of a cheat, dude. Save scumming is too cheaty. Always clean dishes would be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean, we have at least like something close to that. We have from the days of manually washing your dishes, maybe at a river or something like that. We have the washing machine, right? Unlike ironing laundry, it's crazy that we don't have robotics or like some sort of new technology that lets you just easily iron laundry. It's wild. It's ridiculous. You would think that we have AI so smart that the least that we could do is have something to automate the process and make the process of ironing our laundry a little bit more convenient. Brad's Burgers, thank you for the sub over on YouTube side. Instant creation for quality foods or medicine? Is that really cheating though? Isn't that just like skipping the process rather than cheating? Because I think when it comes to a hobby or something you enjoy, to a certain extent, you enjoy the process of it, hey? So yeah, I guess like technically, now that we're talking about it in a little bit more in-depth way, I think the parallels isn't as directly translating into IRL activities and like hobbies and everything like that. It might be just a little bit more specific to gaming perhaps. But, you know, maybe I'll make a video essay about it to prove you guys wrong. Maybe. Perhaps. Hello, Moonera. We are not a cult, by the way. Not a cult. Definitely not a cult. I don't know who you're hearing that from, but not a cult, obviously. If you hear something about a cult, that is very untrue. Just become a space marine. You can drink alcohol without any side effects. But I like the tipsy part of it. Like, I like getting a little bit tipsy. I just don't like hangovers. And I don't like getting too tipsy. So I want a lot of things. I'm like a spoiled brat when it comes to alcohol. I have my preferences, my specific preferences and my limits. So yeah, I want certain things. You need the sleep equals health reset video game system cheat, Noira. Oh my god, I need that immortality. No, I don't want the immortality cheat. Never mind. Not that I was saying that I'm not immortal already, but like I'm saying, it'd be nice to always be healthy. But, okay, but, right? If you're always healthy, wouldn't you think that it'd mean you don't know what it's like to be sick? How would that affect a person? Think about it. If someone is always healthy, if someone is always healthy, would they be able to relate to everyone else who's not always healthy? But if someone was always rich, technically they would be able to relate, or at least like find out what it's like to kind of not be rich, or like to find out like what the lives of the less richer are, right? Would it be the same if it was like someone who's always 24/7 healthy? Like, at least you can observe from a point of view that's like a second-hand experience. Is it third-hand experience? Third-hand experience. Third-hand stories. Space wolves can get tipsy because space wolves? What are space wolves? Is that in Warhammer? Or is the guy in Invincible a space wolf? The Beast Boy? Who just loves tearing into Viltrumites? I can't decide if I want to cheat at my hobbies. Kind of the point, you know? We're just thinking about the cheat part of it to kind of figure out if maybe there are other similar things that we might like, similar to our current hobbies. For example, right, I particularly like street dance. Street dance includes hip-hop, locking, whacking, locking, all that. I like the general genre of street dance, and I think one of the reasons I figured out recently is I like the freedom of creativity it gives. I don't know if that makes sense, but like to give context, when it comes to street dance, one of the major aspects of it is freestyle, and with freestyle you can also go about and do dance battles and everything like that. So if I were to think of a cheat that would help me win in street dance, it would be infinite combos of freestyling, and that infinite combos and infinite creativity in being able to freestyle stuff and being to infinitely express myself that way. So other similar hobbies I would think would be art, for example, drawing, right? Or perhaps what are other more, it's very much grounded in self-expression, I think. So maybe perhaps fashion too, in a certain sense. So I particularly like street dance because of the potential of self-expression that you can have from it. The freestyle aspect of it versus like choreographed things. But also I don't like choreography. Oh my god, English. I also don't like choreography because I suck at memory, obviously. Noira sings Stranger Than Heaven from latest Yakuza game? Maybe, one day. Perhaps, mayhaps. They wouldn't understand the low energy feeling of being unwell and be less sympathetic. True. If you never got sick, would you think you're dying the moment you get a headache? I think so. Yeah, I would think so. It's like, I'm pretty sure, right? If guys have never gone through period pains, I think if guys suddenly get what it feels like to have period pains, they would think they're dying. Period pains can be fucking painful, dude. Or same thing, like if a guy has never experienced the pain of pregnancy, when they do experience it, maybe they would think it's dying. Same parallels, I would like to think. Space Wolves are Space Marines in Warhammer 40k. The floodgates are opening. I have exposed myself to tidbits of Warhammer, okay? I played Space Marines, guys. It's super fun. I know about the machine spirit now, but that's the extent to which I know of the Space Marine lore. Not much. I was just too busy with beating shit up, unfortunately. It's so fun. The game's really fun. I like waltz and tango. I'm trying to learn them, but I don't know. I like the romanticism of it all. I mean, if you do like it, but you don't feel it, you might want to explore like other dance genres similar to it. For example, I recently dabbled in swing dance. Swing dance is great, but I have come to prefer a street dance a bit more. But swing dance also gives like that sense of freedom, you know, in expression, because it's a very, it's hard to explain. You know when you try it. It's like a language, you know. You like learn certain vocabularies, and then you get to build sentences on the go with your partner, whoever you're dancing with. So swing dance would recommend. But maybe it of course depends on your preference. But in my personal experience, swing dance has been really fun. E Trumpet, thank you for bringing One You tightly into the deep blue. Thank you, E Trumpet. One of us. Thank you. The deep blue grows, albeit slowly, but you know what? It's still worth appreciation. If anything, I think I have been thinking about it as well, because like, yeah, one of my video popped off and I'm like, I've never experienced this before. I've never experienced like such a large influx of viewers. I'm kind of worried. Maybe to a certain extent. I mean, thankfully it's not like mad viral. It's not like 1 million views or anything like that, because I don't know how I'd be able to handle an influx of like, say, an additional 1k viewers coming into my stream. I don't know how I'd be able to handle that. So I've learned to kind of appreciate the slower process of growth. Yeah. Omnisire? Omnisire? I do not. Wait, is that part of 40 for we'll have a 40k? I like I said, I'm sorry. I may have skipped a few scenes because I was playing co-op with some friends and I wanted to beat shit up, so I haven't really gone through the story mode. I have limited knowledge still. All I know is like, oh my god, machine gods. This is giving me like flashbacks to Dune and Final Fantasy, you know, where they're like, oh, machine evil shit sort of vibes. Somewhat, to a certain extent. Have a good one, Nash. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed your time here at the Deep Blue. Fast travel would be pretty busted if you want to travel. Fast travel is just busted everywhere. But if we had fast travel, we wouldn't know to walk slowly and stop to smell the roses. Okay, like I think recently I watched this video of Ludwig, I think with a bunch of his mates. They tried to get to Universal Studios or something in LA, and they all had like designated different modes of transport, and to see like who would get there first. The first one was like you had to get there by how many of you guys know the video that I'm talking about? The first one was that the first group had to get there via e-bikes, rental e-bikes. The second group had to get there via hitchhiking. The third one had to get there by bus. And the hitchhiker got to the place first, so they were the fastest. However, the bikers, the guys on the e-bikes, they had like the funnest journey because they were able to kind of stop for, you know, literally stop to take in the scenery, and at one point they stopped to get coffee and wind down a little bit, and at one other point they also stopped to buy some flowers. So if we had fast travel, is it really all that good? Is convenience really the goal and the key to everything? Sometimes we focus so much on convenience and efficiency that we forget to question what we lose along the way. That is kind of the argument for smartphones and the current state of media too, right? Hyper convenience and everything. Wait, I need to cough, sorry. And let me drink some water. Which video is popping up? Oh, it's the accent video. I think it's at like 70k plus views right now, and I don't know how many of you guys here found me from that video, from the accent video. Hello, Peanuts. What's up? The human body is it's such a fuck ass thing. Like, it is at the same time an extremely impressive. Man, your human body is such a fuck ass thing. An extremely impressive piece of biomachinery. It is extremely resilient. The immune system itself is an extremely impressive and complex biological system. And then the same body will just fucking hurt itself for basically no fucking reason. Did you know that today I was writing with a pen and... It's so stupid. This has never happened in my life. But I was writing with a pen and somehow I bruised myself. Not bruised. I somehow cut myself whilst writing with a pen. I didn't even notice until I finished writing with the pen. But so I happen to be the type of person that I prefer jotting all my ideas down and make things make sense on paper. So I will always write down things if I want to unpack stuff or if I want to like explore ideas. I'm a person of flowcharts and writing things down to see if there's more to it, right? So I was writing with a pen doing exactly that. And after the fact, I found out that I accidentally cut myself. I don't know how the fuck I managed to do that, but I cut myself from writing with a pen on a piece of paper for like 10 minutes. Stupid ass human body. Skill issue? Perhaps. I cut myself on my thumb. It's a mystery. I don't understand. Noobster, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Poor Noira is a delicate princess, bro. Delicate princess is a choice of words. That's crazy. Oh my god, now you make me sound like I was put in a castle, never meant to go out, and only wear the finest of silks and don't know what it means to having to empathize with people who are less privileged than I am. Damn. Subachata arigato. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine though. Ear trumpet, thank you. My blessing to you is that I hope that never in your lifetime will you get cut by a pen. Okay. That is my blessing to you, ear trumpet. Even I am flabbergasted. Yeah, fuck ass human body. Only so as Warhammer 40k. Again, the floodgates are open and peeps are gonna pelt you with law you don't know. Yeah, no, I understand. It is what it is. I mean, to be fair, the topic of Warhammer 40k has come up a lot. I just happen to always distract myself with something else to the point that I always forget to look it up, despite having mentioned over and over again that the premises of Warhammer 40k intrigues me, but I just haven't somehow gotten around to check out lore videos about it. Are, Rioa, thank you for sub over on YouTube side. The Navigator Guilds and whole Emperor thing was inspired by Dune in 40k. I can't wait to read Dune. I just subbed out of nowhere. That's it. Oh, you don't even remember where you found me or how you found me? The immune system is literally an infinitely vast biological weapon arsenal with a tailored response for every biological threat to the human body out there, stored in its arsenal. And then the same body will just give you period pains, because fuck you, that's why. And yeah, will also give you cancer and autoimmune. The same things that are literally meant to protect you and adapt and protect you. They adapt so fucking hard to the point that they start becoming toxic to your body, to its environment. Sounds a lot like humans. We adapt so hard and so well to the point that we're destroying Earth. Sounds familiar? Jason, thank you for the hydrate. Let me drink some water. Oh, and these blessings, they're blessings, ear trumpet. They're not threats. They are very sincere blessings. Say to juicy, lobster to buttery. Yes, and I cut my thumb whilst I was writing, Mark. Sometimes the body will just make you allergic to sugar. Yeah, especially after you age. Sometimes you just get allergic to random shit. Like, I think I randomly got allergic to soju. At least I think I am. After a certain point in my life, after a certain age, I noticed that I get really low blood pressure when I drink soju specifically. I don't know why. To the point that it almost makes me faint. So much of a low blood pressure that my vision gets blurry, I get sweats, and it's almost like I'm fainting. Weird shit. But, however, recently not recently, maybe like a few months ago, I have drank soju again, and I was fine. So I don't know, the body's fucking weird, man. Trumpet, once again, super chat, arigato. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Did you cut yourself on your quill pen? Why, sir, mayhaps I have cut myself upon my finest quill pen. No, it was a stupid ass ink pen. Was it a uni pen? It was a uni pen. Oh, 0.5 measurement, whatever that measurement actually counts. It was so stupid. I don't know. I don't understand how I cut myself, honestly. It's like a 1 centimeter cut too. It doesn't make sense. Was I writing too much fire? I mean, bare bones down to its basics. 40k and all its derivatives are really silly and pretty stupid in a rule of cool sort of way. Lots of people take it too seriously though. Nothing wrong with it though, right? I mean, people enjoy random stuff. That's why cults exist, and that's okay, question mark? Well, as long as it doesn't hurt you yourself or the people around you or other people, okay? I have to put that disclaimer out there so I don't accidentally get quoted out of context and I get cancelled. I don't want a Google Docky of me. My memory is terrible, so no, I like your vibes. That's okay. Thank you for liking my vibes. I'm glad you like it here at the Deep Blue. But honestly, yeah, no matter how silly something is, I think that's the general principle that I have for myself, because I feel like back then when I was younger and stupider, I would get salty / angry over the randomest things. Like, for example, what's a good example? I can't even think of any because it might be silly. Yeah, like maybe, I don't know, furries, for example, which some people apparently do have a problem with. Like, furries who like fictional no, that's a different thing. Fictional drawings of like animals and everything like that. Furries. I never did, but I that's the only example I can think of, honestly. I'm sorry. But like, I feel like there's no legitimate reason to hate on something if people are just enjoying themselves and if they're not hurting themselves, the people around them, or other people in general. Like, what legitimate reason is that to hate over something if they don't actually fulfill any of that, right? Sure, maybe there might be other reasons why I might dislike something, such as maybe it doesn't make... No, even if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't concern me, I shouldn't be hating over it. Yeah. Yeah, in general, if it doesn't concern me, and all those three things, themselves, people around them, other people, it's fine. At least, even if I have certain animosity towards it, I will rationalize myself out of it. That's how you have a more peaceful life, guys. That's how you have a peace of mind. You learn to ignore things that are literally are somewhat irrelevant to you. She did the writing on a flaming paper meme. I did the writing of that. That's crazy. Soju is made of rice and slightly sugary. Rice naturally contains glucose, so it might be the increased insulin production in response to the glucose that tanks your blood sugar. But then I'm okay drinking other sugary stuff? I don't know. But then again, yeah, maybe. Or maybe like I was lacking certain minerals or vitamins back then that made me particularly responsive to whatever it is that's in soju in a bad way. But it doesn't happen nowadays, so I guess I've kind of replenished whatever was lacking, perhaps. It's quite the backpedal there. I was trying. Look, when I say these sort of things, I always try to. You guys don't see it, but whenever I opine in public like this on the internet, right? There is a split second where I'm like, okay, if I say it in this way, is there a way that someone might misconstrue it? And how do I avoid that in the best of my capabilities? How do I avoid someone from misconstruing it? When you've been on the internet long enough, if you've been streaming for like a very long time, I think it's something that you just end up always considering. But my cult says it's bad. What cult? Well, not this cult. We're not a cult. No, what cult are we talking about? This cult? What are you talking about? No, I did not say that. You missed the AI discussion. Oh, we had a very elongated AI discussion that delved also into philosophy. We're not a cult. No, I don't know. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. You guys are as delusional as AI. Alcohol might also play a role. Perhaps the mix of alcohol and rice, and the fermented rice. And that's the rub with a chunk of 40k community, very insulated and very vocal, salty about the franchise. I mean, that's generally like every community with a very fervent fan base, right? You could say the same about, say, the Pokemon community. You could say the same about people who like watching certain VTubers. I think it's the whole White Knight thing. Sorry, wait. I got a cough. People want to protect what they love, after all. Maybe it's a natural instinct, isn't it? To protect and guard what you love. Protect what you enjoy. And sometimes, of course, it can be like toxic and bad. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's a valid response though. But it may not be, right? That's a lot of things in life, right? Just because it's valid doesn't mean it excuses the actions of it, or doesn't mean it's right, or doesn't mean it's the ideal action to take. Trumpet! Super Chat, arigato once again. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Did you mean the Butlerian Jihad from Dune? Lisa Al Ghaib! I have been seeing a lot of discussion around the Butlerian Jihad, actually. Especially with the whole, what was it? The whole Pope AI talk thing. I think a lot of people were mentioning the Butlerian Jihad. However, I don't have much to say about that because I don't know much about the whole Butlerian Jihad thing. And I haven't started reading Dune yet. I've only watched the movies. I have been reading like the subreddit for Dune, but there's only so much that I know. So I'm not particularly sure what people mean when they draw parallels from the whole what is Magnifica Homo sapiens or something? What was the thing that the Pope made about the thing about being against the AI? What's it called? Magnifica something. Humanitas, yeah, Magnifica Homo sapiens. Magnifica Humanitas, close enough. Yeah, I saw a lot of people commenting that this is like straight out of Butlerian Jihad thing. What is that? Like, for you guys who actually read Dune, what's that about? Hey! Hold on, Jason! Cheers, arigato! Oh shit, fuck. I heard my throat shouting your name. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. An offering to our wise cult. Not a cult leader. Not a cult. Stop spreading misinformation. Jason, stop spreading allegations. However, thank you for your offering towards the shrine. My blessing to you. Wait, I'm missing a few blessings. My blessing to you, Trumpet, is that I hope that Dune 3 will not disappoint you. That doesn't sound like a threat now, does it? No, of course it doesn't. I hope Dune 3 doesn't disappoint you, Trumpet. And my blessing to you, Jason, is... I hope that you will be able to have a nice sesh of drinking with your colleagues soon, and then you maybe find out that, oh shit, you kind of vibe with this guy, and then maybe they'll even perhaps become a regular friend that you might chat every once in a while. That is my blessing to you, Jason. Because sometimes, you know, you could honestly work with the same person for like the longest time, but then you can go out with them a few times, but only after like the third or fourth or like 20th hangout you realize, oh shit, wait, we like the same thing. Oh shit, you know what, let's hang out more. Sometimes that happens, right? The Foundation series has the same concepts. That thinking machines are banned. What's the Foundation series? Is that like another franchise? What's that? Is that also a novel? In Dune, the Balurian Jihad was a war fought centuries before the first book that led to the banning of thinking machines. Thinking machines! Oh, which is why they're like, they're now replaced with those freaky ass looking pale ass guys with metal tinfoil hats, oversized tinfoil hats on their heads. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right visuals, but do you know about the eunuch advisor that you would have during the medieval days? The equivalent of that in Dunes. What are they called? Mentats, is that what they're called? Yes. The eunuch advisor who might eventually betray you sort of vibe? Yeah, that. Hello, Caro. How are you? Drink water? Oh, thank you. Actually, yes, I do need to drink some water. Isaac Asimov series, I see. Hello, Saika. Saika Fish. Finally reached my stream you have. Haha, sorry, I turned it to Yoda. 40k also does it AI. A.I in 40k does not mean artificial intelligence. It means abominable intelligence. Ooh, interesting. Usually they call it the abominable snowman. Abominable machine intelligence. And it is tech heresy. Series of books by Isaac Asimov. Oh my god, I'm missing out on so much. I swear. Like, the thing is, right? I don't read fiction. The only fiction I read is like the Warcraft series of novels. Yeah, like the old ones too, the original ones. Other than that, I don't really read fiction. Or maybe like, sure, I read like Lord of the Flies, but that was like a requirement, wasn't it? As like a literature study source shit. So other than the stuff that I was made to read when I was, you know, for literature in school, I don't really read fiction. I always read non-fiction. And Warcraft stuff, of course. So I don't know much. So it's only recently that I've decided that I do want to check it out more. Which is why I did get intrigued for that one time I did get recommended to read Gone Girl, which is fiction. So I decided to give it more of a chance since then. So Gone Girl, and I've read a few. I also read this thing about like lesbian robots. Sorry, that's probably a better way to explain that book, but the cover of the book is a blue bird and a red bird. Anyway, it's a good book. I think I've only read half of it, but that's also another fiction I read. Dude, it was a very popular book. Okay, I will find the name of it later after this. And now I'm reading 1984. Marion, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Wait. I'm gonna to save my reputation. I'm gonna look up what the book is called. It was this guy with a... Guys, who's that Nicholas guy from Trigun? What's it called? Yeah, Bigelow. Okay, wait, I have found it. Okay, the book is called This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El Motar and Max Gladstone. Have you guys heard of that? So how I came upon it was that on Twitter there's like this guy called Bigelow Dickolas. on Twitter, and his profile picture is that of Nicholas Wolfwood. Yeah, Nicholas Wolfwood from Trigun, right? And apparently he said, he was like saying, I'll read you what he said. Biggless Dickless. Here, this is what he said. Read this. Do not look up anything about it. Just read it. It's like only 200 pages. You can download it on Audible. It's like only 4 hours. Do it right now. I'm extremely serious. Grabs you personally by the throat. You will do this for me. You will go to the counter at Barnes & Noble's. You will buy this. I will be greatly rewarded. So that tweet went viral. I got hella curious. Thus, I decided to read it. And it is actually damn pretty good. But it's been a while because I think I read that when I was waiting at the airport. So I only got through half of it, so I didn't get to finish it. But yeah, have you guys read it? Do you guys know of the book? Lesbian robots. I don't know if that. I probably did a very poor job at describing the book, but I swear it's very much more interesting than that. I recommend I Am Legend. Isn't I Am Legend the movie? And World War Z is the movie too, right? Book is fun. Wait, they're based on books? I didn't know that. Thai book is basically a conversation between two gods. I don't know if they're two gods. I do know they're like two beings who are just trying to kill each other off or something, assassinate each other, but like somehow it turned into something else. So yeah. No, well, maybe it's time to check it out, guys. This is How You Lose the Time War. Sci-fi novel. Let's see. Let me see if I can find an excerpt of it to summarize it. This is How You Lose a Time War. This is How You Lose a Time War is a 2019 science fiction, fantasy, LGBT, epistolary novel by Amal M. Muhtar and Max Gladstone. It follows two enemy agents who travel back and forth through time to alter history on behalf of their warring empires, whose timelines are mutually exclusive. See? Technically, I'm not wrong. But yeah, that's the book. I just summarized it in a very oversimplified way. Hitchhiker's Guide to... I have not read that either. Oh, wait. I read The Alchemist. The Alchemist is like one of my favorite books ever. And it's something that I always quote, actually. But I always never manage to quote it accurately. Something about, if you really want something, the universe will come together and make it happen, sort of shit. I'm really bad with remembering stuff, guys. Unfortunately. So I always accidentally misquote and spread misinformation. It's the best pitch for a book I have heard for a while. What's the title again? This is How You Lose the Time War. That's the title. This is How You Lose the Time War. I Am Legend's movie and book was great, but watch the movie with the alternate. I don't even think I've watched the movie for I Am Legend. World War Z I have though. Yeah, I do. Yeah, thanks for reminding me that I have to read Hitchhiker's Guide of the Galaxy. World War Z and book even about the after zombie apocalypse and the story about journalists having interviewed some people when apocalypse happens. I see. There is no anti-meme 6 division. Is that also a book? Do you have tattoos IRL? Yes, I do. You know why I'm called Legend. What country am I from? Why? Indonesia, though. I don't really hide it. Hitchhiker's Guide. I have not read it, but it has one of my favorite quotes. In the beginning, the universe was created. This made a lot of people very angry and has been widely considered to have been a very bad move. That does sound interesting. Wait, is it like is Hitchhiker's Guide something that's about like godly shit? Is it? You know what I want to read? I want to read Norse mythology as a book. That'd be nice. Or maybe I should read what's the 7 Circles of Hell thing? that apparently was like an autobiography or of some guy, but it became like it basically became like a classic. It was like some delusional guy's autobiography of like how he went to hell and came back, and it was crazy, but it became a classic. Dante's Inferno, thank you. Yes, I want to read that. I was recently watching a video about that. Sorry. So that's definitely on my list too. Hitchhiker's Guide is about a guy getting his house torn down to build a bypass. What? Okay, from the introduction, I would not have thought that. Dante's Divine Comedy. Wait, what's Dante's Divine Comedy? Is that a different thing? Self-insert. Yeah, sorry. Self-insert. You're right. Self-insert. Fucking fan fiction. Sorry, yeah, you're correct. Talking about that, you know, recently I followed a new channel on YouTube that has intrigued me as well. This is so interesting, guys. So this channel, I love YouTube with the variety of like ideas and channels that people have. I love it so much. This guy has a dedicated channel for medieval psychology. Fucking A, right? So I don't know if this guy was a psychologist or something. I think he is. Oh, but like at least he's well versed in psychology. But I don't know if he's actually a psychologist. But like he takes all these tales of medieval history and everything and gives it presents it in a perspective of like modern psychology. So the video I watched was like this guy talking about how medieval knights and medieval warring people would have had PTSD and why he thinks so and what it would have been like for them back then. Isn't that interesting shit? So I think somewhere in the discussion was that, wait, you guys think that medieval people were dumb and shit? Like they were following like hella religion and following like stupid doctrines and random shit. But like medieval people were actually pretty smart and they went through hell, dude. Like, can you imagine? Like you actually have to fight, and if you can't fight anymore, you have to melee and punch each other and everything and you had like this grand cause that you're fighting for. Medieval life is crazy, and they definitely had PTSD, he said. That's why in the tales of medieval wars and everything, when you hear the tales of people who survived their fights, they're like, oh, they might in their writings they might hyper focus on a certain thing, such as, oh, everything was a blur. I don't remember much of what happened in the fight. However, I do remember this beaming figure of our prince coming down the battlefield on his white horse, and he looked like the graceful Lord and Savior. You know, you hyper focus on these sort of things whilst everything else is a blur. And it's like, yeah, medieval knights did go through PTSD. I love these sort of unique perspectives, truly. Because it really does make you think, like, how did this guy get this idea in the first place? And what's his thought process like? And you're just like, you know what? It makes sense. And it's intriguing how he made that make sense. At least that's how I perceive these sort of things. I think I know who you're talking about. Oh, you do? They're just surviving like any other time period. Yeah. I am doing well, thank you, Fikrin. How are you today? Dante basically said, nice arguments. Too bad I create a book where you go to hell. I will give Dante's Inferno a read. Modern people will be looked at by future people like idiots. This is a fact. Right, but yeah, I love discovering like these sort of channels that they might not particularly be talking about something I'm interested in, but like I might generally just be interested in the perspective of stuff or how they make sense of things. I think a very easy example of this is like how I like watching Dota esports and analysis, even though I don't play Dota. But because I get the general gist of Dota, like the goals of it and how, you know, I played League mostly, but I have played Dota and I know how hard it is. I don't like playing it because it's so fucking hard. But however, I love seeing the thought process of teams in the competitive scene playing Dota. It's so good. Like you get to see how they have map awareness and how they strategically plan. how they have certain thinking processes and everything like that. It's so interesting. But like I like these sort of things. Wait, sorry, I got a cough again. If you were a food, what would you be? What would I be? You're saying that I have a choice? Salt? I'll be omnipresent like that if I was salt, right? I'd be in everything. I'd be there for your hydration so you'll never get thirsty. I'll be everywhere, even in the seas, in your body and everywhere else. Chance to relax after a long weekend. Yeah, the week is ending, hey? The week is ending. Same question for Pokemon. If you were a Pokemon, what would you be? That's easy though. Okay, chat, let's see how good you know me. Guys, if I was a Pokemon, what would I be? This is such an easy trivia though for chat. Go chat. I trust you guys. I think regulars would know. See, you can tell who the regulars are. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's cute. That's so cute. I love you, titlings. Yes, I would be a Vaporeon. You've only been here for like 2 weeks, don't worry. One thing you can know is that my favorite Pokemon is a Vaporeon. And the fact that my color scheme kind of looks like a Vaporeon, or sometimes the fact that people call me Vaporeon oneesan, is a happenstance. I did not plan that. It was only after the fact that I made my VTuber, I designed my VTuber, that I'm like, oh wait, I kind of look like Vaporeon. I don't think they know what a Vaporeon implies. Me? Of course I know what a Vaporeon implies. Like, they're very compatible with humans, with their acid armor and baby doll eyes shit. Of course. I know. I just so happen to be the person who liked Vaporeon before that meme, okay? And I'm not gonna stave away from my true sincere favorites because of that meme, obviously. But yeah, there was like this phase where people would call me oneesan, Vaporeon oneesan. Because they were like, I made some stupid memes about, what was it? Oh, I think it was this meme of the VTuber and the inspiration, where you post like one image of your VTuber and then the next slide is like the inspiration behind it. I think I fucked around with it and joked around, and I put my VTuber and then Vaporeon as the inspiration, and it kind of went around for a bit. So like for a tad, people were like, oh, it's a Vaporeon oneesan. Vaporeon is your favorite Pokemon? Oh, and is Noira your favorite VTuber? Have you seen the Vaporeon animations of it begging for food and eat it like crazy? No? What is that? Is that just like... What is that? No, I have not. Randall, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I'm a Gen 3 boy and I loved it way before the copy pasta. Oh my god, Vaporeon is so cool though. Think about it. Compared to like... Flareon is too fucking fluffy and cute. Eevee is too default. Jolteon is too spiky and edgy and punky vibe. And Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon. Am I missing someone? Earth, Water, Wind, Heart. No, wait, that's Captain Planet. Earth, Water. There is no Earth. There is no Earth Eevee, right? No, we're talking about the OGs though. That's it, right? Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon? Yeah, you see why Flareon is kind of like above everything else? Exactly. Umbreon is fucking cool though. I also loved Espeon, but still my favorite is the OG Vaporeon. But definitely I loved Espeon. I also think Sylveon looks very pretty. But then God of War changed the game, bro. Vaporeons can play Bang Bros. Okay. My guess was Lucario just on the model, but y'all gotta be weird about it. We're not being weird, it's just a thing. I think most the regulars actually know that I like Vaporeon. It's a fact though, actually. I'm not even joking about it. I really like Vaporeon. I like Leafeon. Can you say you're not going anywhere? You're mine kind of stuff. What? Oh, like a Yandere ASMR? I've never done that. Wait, I have! But with my blob model. Somewhere. It's on Twitter like 3 years ago. I did it 3 years ago, I believe. I'll find it later and I chuck it on Discord if you guys want it. I'm not doing that again. It's a one-time thing, once and over type of thing. I can't ASMR. It's too cringe. But it wasn't even ASMR. It was like more of a voice acting challenge sort of thing. Oh, Leafeon also looks great. I love Leafeon's design. I got a Mudkip starter, so I definitely had a thing for water types as a kid. Oh, that's so cute. That's hella cute. I fuck with Umbreon. Everyone does. Umbreon is hella cool. Just like how everyone kind of fucks with Lucario. And everyone kind of fucks with Gardevoir, but that's for a different reason. Hello, Wiz. Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the 4 nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Damn, I was trying to remember how to execute the cadence that Kitara did for the Avatar intro. I don't think I paused long enough. Do you like sushi? Doesn't everyone though? It's called Vaporeon is Hungry. It's a very cute and funny video. When you say cute and funny, is it sincerely cute and funny or kind of sus? Yandere ASMR? Oh, you don't understand. It's not that I don't want to do it. I literally can't do it. It's too cringe. I can't do ASMR. And I don't think I want to ever force myself to do ASMR. I think there's a difference with fucking with something and trying to fuck something. There's a thin line and it's a single word. Right? Thin sack. Typhlosion has always been my boy. Oh, Typhlosion is pretty fucking cool. Let me think. Out of all the starters, I reckon like who has the best evolution? Let me think. Who would it be? Blaziken is pretty fucking cool too, but he's a chicken. So maybe Charizard forever. Yeah, Charizard is a classic, right? Venusaur, I love Bulbasaur. Venusaur is pretty. I mean, the OG starting 3, I love them all. Oh, Greninja, my boy Greninja. Yeah, definitely Greninja. I don't particularly like Froakie. I mean, Froakie's okay, I guess. But Greninja is where it's at. Piplup is also hella cute. I love Piplup. Do you know, talking about Pokemon, I did a smash or pass of Pokemon. Did you know that? It was so fun. It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, I did a smash or pass for Pokemon. It's on YouTube. It's a whole video. If you look up like Pokemon Smash or Pass Noira, it'll probably pop up. It was like with my 1.0 model. Who did I don't even remember the video anymore. It's been a while, man. At least like what, 2 years perhaps. I think it's maybe 2 years. I remember I was kind of torn with Machamp. Like I didn't know what to do with Machamp. What do you think of a modern furry bait Pokemon? What do you mean? Do you mean like Lopunny? When you say modern furry bait Pokemon? But is Lopunny furry bait or is Lopunny anthro? What would Lopunny fall under? I don't know. Like I don't actually subscribe to these subcultures, but I think if I see something look nice, I will say it looks nice. Like if I see like who's that Lycan guy in Zenless Zone Zero? He looks hot. And I also think Grenemon looks hot. Just like how I think Scizor looks hot. I don't know how that makes sense, but I just think they look hot. Doesn't mean I want to bang them, but they look hot. Lycan, yes, thank you. All fighting types, any combo, simple as. Oh, I love Pancham, by the way. I love Pancham so much. I have a Pancham doll I bought recently. It's super cute. And you know how they made like Pokemon shorts on YouTube? They made a Pancham short of like how Pancham kind of trained every day. And it's a very cute Pokemon short. Did you guys watch that? Cutest thing. Do you sing? To a certain extent. Yes, I do. Not particularly well though, but I do sing. It's definitely a furry bait in its original 2D sprite. No punny? Wait, what other furry... what the fuck? What's a Thunderbird? Isn't that like something straight out of... Harry Potter? I was like thinking Quetzalcoatl from Final Fantasy VIII, but that's alright. Thunderbird Zapdos? Kara, why are you like firing me a bunch of questions as if I'm in an interview or I'm about to get jailed? What's going on? Do you know other VTubers IRL? Yes, I do. You know, I'm talking to a bunch of people, so like I might not be able to answer all questions, just putting that out there. It's much easier for me to respond to stuff if you guys stay on a single topic. Thunderbird is also an American car. What is a Thunderbird? Wait, is Thunderbird an actual Pokemon? Are you sure it's not just a Zapdos? No, it's giving Thunderbird is Zapdos. Was one of you guys saying Thunderbird talking about something else? Blade from Honkai Star Rail looks sick. Oh, he's hot. He is hot. I like Sampo too. Oh my god, guys. Have you guys seen Locke from League of Legends? I think I've been talking about him like every day on stream ever since like he was talked about, like he was released. Locke is so hot. He's literally like Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen, but Gojo. Like if Nanami and Gojo had a child, it would be Locke. The guy's so hot, man. Oh my god. Where did you hide the money? What money? I am the money. Minus 10 respect for liking the Sampo. I like Sampo and his, what do I call it? His slut window. That's what I used to call it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say the slot window that Sampo has? So you know how some clothing have very strategic placements of cutouts or like holes in their clothes, sometimes around the cleavage or sometimes around the hips or near the pelvic area? I call those slot windows. It's a mythological creature from Native American mythologies too. Yes it is, yes it is. Locke is giving so much himbo energy. He is, I guess. Yeah, he is. But I love him. He's so hot. Oh my god. He's so hot. I love his design. But also it's unfair. Like they just grabbed like a bunch of the current hottest anime men and kind of mushed it into this one character. Nanami and Satoru Gojo. Like come on. Are they not like peak anime men right now? Nanami and Satoru Gojo? And maybe chuck in a little bit of Vash from Trigun. Holy shit. When HSR player, I know exactly what you're talking about. I get you, queen. Thank you. Thank you for understanding me. Latte Yawns, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Would you say you're locked in? Oh, hell I am. Of course I am. Oh my god, I'm so locked in and I'm falling. Gilgamesh and HSR said, fuck the slot window and went... Who's Gilgamesh? Hold on. Oh wait, Gilgamesh is, I remember. One of the guys in Little Lady with a hammer, purple colored little portal thing. One of the gods, right? I'm sorry. My memory is really bad, I'm telling you. I remember like the gist of things, but I remember specific things. I don't remember specific things. Gilgamesh. Yeah, I remember her. Him, I mean. HSR. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. Wait. Isn't this Fate? HSR, isn't this Fate? Gilgamesh? Hey, ちょっと待って。Huh? Why is it showing me the Fate Stay Night? Yeah, it is Fate Stay Night, right? Yeah, okay. I was remembering something else from HSR. Okay, wait. Because I remember HSR had a character similar, one of the gods in, oh my god, what's her name? The little lady with a portal, purple with a big hammer. What's her name? I'm trying to remember here. Honkai Star Rail gods. 3/4 of the god based off of mythology, IRL mythology. Yeah. Oh, they're doing a collab with HSR. I see. I wouldn't know. I don't play gacha games, unfortunately. From Indonesia, but you know Japanese? Not really. I can sing in Japanese. Ah, this guy. One of the Aeons in Honkai Star Rail. Nanook. Do you know who I'm talking about? He's hot. Yeah, he's kind of giving Gilgamesh vibes for some reason. Probably because they're both topless. Herta, yeah. So when you play in Herta's portal, you get to hang out with, not hang out, sorry, but you get to encounter Nanook. Nanook is so hot. Yeah, that's who I thought you guys were talking about for some fucking reason. You can get Saber and Archer now, and Gilgamesh coming soon. Are you guys not playing Ruwa instead? Wuthering Waves? Every time I say Wuthering Waves, I sometimes feel like I'm almost accidentally saying Wuthering Heights. But anyway, Wuthering Waves. Don't they have like a cyberpunk collab going on right now? Goddamn, be smart, Sam. Have a good one, Merc. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you enjoyed the vibes here. I don't play gacha games at all. Same, honestly. I don't at all. I don't really play MMOs or gacha games anymore. However, I have recently been quite intrigued and perhaps even interested in Guild Wars 2. 3D-san plays Guild Wars 2. He's playing it right now, actually. Yeah, he's playing it right now behind me. Because Guild Wars 3 is coming out, and I have also heard that Guild Wars 2 has like the most friendliest MMO player base. And the fact that it's such an old game and still so many people play it, I am quite intrigued and curious. Have you guys tried playing out Guild Wars 2? Thank you for the time check. Have a good one, Caro. I am wondering, I don't know if I should start an MMO, because I feel like if I do, it is going to doom me into a large time sink. Your first time hearing about it? Guild Wars 2? The first time you're hearing about Guild Wars 2? No way. It was massive for its time. But then again, I don't know how old you are, so maybe it was massive to me. Join us in Warframe? No, but like Guild Wars 3 is coming out. I want to see what Guild Wars is. Honestly, I've gotten like so many invites for like Warframe, but I've just generally been afraid of getting into MMOs because I'm already addicted to Pacopia, so I'm scared of MMOs. Every time I touch an MMO and I like it, I sink hours and maybe half days into it, and it just affects everything else in my life because I have very little modicum of self-control. Like remember that time I got back into Ragnarok Online? Oh my god, I played way too much of it. Same thing with like Where Winds Meet and Warcraft. Goddamn fucking World of Warcraft classic. Oh my god, I'm really bad when it comes to MMO. It's like the temptation is a little bit too big for me to resist once I start playing. I never played Guild Wars 2, but I did hear good things about it. Yeah, doesn't it make you curious? How old is Guild Wars 2? Let me check that out. How old is Guild Wars 2? Guild Wars 2 was released originally in 2012. The game is 13 years old. Oh shit, that's not bad actually. I thought it was like kind of the similar age to World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft I think was like 2022. When was World of Warcraft? 2004. All right, Ragnarok Online was 2002. Okay, Guild Wars was like 2012. A 13-year-old game still with a large player base. Imagine that. How old is Final Fantasy 14? Huh? Final Fantasy 14 is 15 years old. It was released in 2010. And then ARR was like 12 years ago. What? Hold on. Hold the fuck up. You're telling me that Guild Wars 2 was released after Final Fantasy 14? And Final Fantasy 14 has such crazy graphics compared to Guild Wars 2? That's kind of crazy, dude. That's bad. I've not been exposed to Guild Wars, actually. You played Ragnarok Online? Oh, Ragnarok is so good. You can just stream it? No, The thing is, like, if I play an MMO and I only stream it, that means I only play it on stream. Which means it doesn't make sense for me to play an MMO. I'll think about it. Okay, I'll think about it. Maybe we're just ancient. Mayhaps, Sanku. Mayhaps. RuneScape is such a massive time sink. Yes, I have heard. Gaslight yourself into thinking that MMO is your second job? I can't. I already have a day job. And I'm already a VTuber. You're telling me to take on another third job? I don't have enough hours in my life to do that. I was just actually thinking about this, you know? Today was the first day where I was like, I don't know how long I can keep this up. Having a full-time job in the day and having to do like content stream at night and having to do content stuff when I'm not streaming. Like I mentioned, because I'm trying to push out the publishing of one short a day, like shorts daily. And it takes up so much effort and like I have to do it so regularly to kind of keep the publishing schedule up. And I'm like, if I keep on doing this, when will I have time to do my video essays? I don't know if I can keep on doing this. It's one of those days where I'm like, oh man, should I be recontemplating my current decisions? But anyway, I'll give it another week or two. I have been thinking about it. I don't know. Currently my balance is off. Like I feel like my day job, especially nowadays that I'm getting busy with my day job, plus the requirements of content, has been kind of overbearing for like the past 1 or 2 days. Not an MMO fan, but I understand the whole sinking time into game like crazy. Of course, like any gamer I think would, right? 24 hours a day, Noira. 8 hours job, so 16 hours usable. When do I sleep? I can't ignore sleep, man. I can't ignore sleep. My salt levels will deplete if I don't sleep. You don't want a non-salty Noira, do you? You might need to hire someone at this point. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know if I want to delegate the thing that I do. So, oh, thank you, Haru. So, I'll tell you guys what my process is. When it comes to publishing shorts and content, so I do 2 types of content, right? I am ignoring sleep right now. Let me yap for a tad bit. Let me rant about this. I'll give you like 10 minutes. So I do clips. I upload clips, right, on YouTube. I also stream like 3 times a week, 3 hours each, so 9 hours weekly. And I do video essays, which I haven't been doing for like at least 3 months, I think now, because I just haven't gotten around to doing it. I upload shorts as well. So I have video essays, shorts, and clips on YouTube. So what I do is for the clips and the shorts, I review my VODs from my streams. I review them and I pick out the parts which I think would make a good video, either a short or a clip. And then I personally choose what kind of narrative I want for it, like the direction for it and everything like that. So I make these intentional choices for like what I think I want the content that I publish to be like. And if you guys have noticed, like most of the stuff that I put out isn't regular, just like, oh, haha, funny. Like I try to be a little bit more intentional with it, which is why I don't know if I want to outsource that process. You know, I think outsourcing it would kind of make me a little bit detached to the things that I'm putting out, if that makes sense. But like, of course, the editing goes towards my beautiful team of editors who have been amazing to work with. So I don't do the editing. I do, however, I select the content, I provide the direction on top of Vin Manager's son also doing that and managing it and checking it. And then they edit it and then I check it again before publishing it. And I handle all the titling and everything. So it's, I don't know, it feels like a core part of content creation that I feel like if I outsource it, I will lose touch of it or be out of touch of it with it. Yeah, a great workflow, but the thing is it takes up so much time. And because right now I'm trying to publish for daily shorts, it's been harder than usual. Because previously I only published shorts, I think about 3 shorts a week, if I'm not mistaken. 3? Yeah, I think 3. Yeah, I'm correct. 3 shorts a week. So I've made that jump to 3 shorts a week and 2 clips a week. I've made the jump to 6 shorts a week and 1 clip a week. So it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of filling that needs to be done, basically. So it's tough, dude. So right now I'm at this place where I'm like, I don't know whether it's because I'm pretty sure I don't want to take that process out of my own hands. I don't want to outsource it because I want to keep it close to me. Because I'm just an idealistic bitch like that, right? I know what I want my channel to be like, so I'm very selective with what I want to put out. So now I'm wondering, is it because I'm doing things inefficiently, or am I actually not doing enough? Or do I actually just not have enough hours for like whatever's on my plate right now? So I am currently thinking about that. I don't have a clear answer for that just yet, but I am considering it. Yeah, I take pride in my workflow. I think I've managed to hit a nice workflow, but the time constraints it's hard with a day job. Because even if you say, oh yeah, you have a day job and plus you do content creation on the side, you stream on the side, you still have your weekends. But yeah, like when do I have time for myself? When do I just get to play Pacopia off stream and sink hours into it? Or when do I get to do certain things that I want to do, like play paddle or maybe hang out with friends and stuff like that, or maybe just doom scroll in bed for like an hour. Dragonhead Buffalo, thank you for the sub over on YouTube side. Hey! Super chat, arigato. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Don't force yourself to clip shots if you're not feeling it, Noira. It's not that I'm not feeling it. I actually like the process. It's just, it takes a lot of time. So I'll consider it. I'll see if there is actually something to improve in the process. If there's not, I'll adjust along the way. I'm a firm believer of life balance, meaning if I don't experience life enough, I will run out of things to talk about and I will start making shit content. So I will find that balance, I think. Sorry. Because if you think about it, I stream 3 times a week, right? 3 days, same time, same days every week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That means like on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, my days are fully gone because in the day I have my day job and then I have streams. And then that leaves me like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday that I have left. And that means I have to finish my content stuff within those days and also do my IRL stuff within those days, within those first 4 days. Yeah, just to give some perspective. Thank you, Trumpet, by the way. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Ear Trumpet, my blessing to you is that I hope that you will find, if you haven't already, your preferred work-life balance and figure it out soon, if you haven't already. That is my blessing to you. What is my main content? My main content is live talks. I don't lie. I don't cap. Like when I introduce myself as I'm the sea fox who serves oneesan, sea fox oneesan who serves live talks on the rocks. That's truly what my content is, I think. Life talks. That's why if you check my shorts, if you check the videos that I upload, it's mostly talking about life, be it life observations or just perspectives about life, or like a certain opinion, or like philosophy, sometimes even on neuroscience. I talk about these sort of things because I do like talking about it, sincerely. That on top of like, I think streaming and gaming is just, the gaming side of things is, streaming is like one of the side, is like the side chick of my content. You know, it's like, I've always imagined it like, if I upload stuff on YouTube and people like it, maybe they'll check my stream. So rather than hoping on streaming being the big thing, I've always kind of assumed that people will find me for videos. Although it's not technically like, technically I think right now streaming is the bigger thing for me. But yeah, I think I've always kind of thought of it that way in general. Like I want people to watch my, even if you guys find me from stream, I hope that that ends up with you guys checking out my videos, if that makes sense. Because I think the core of my content is still my videos in general. I think streaming is just another avenue for you guys to come to the Deep Blue. Another way for you guys to come to the Deep Blue or visit the Deep Blue, I guess. You just need to pick a day for yourself and just turn everything off, if that makes sense. That's the thing. I have not been able to afford that. Like every time I pick one day that I just turn everything off, it's too costly. Like there's too much at stake. Realistically though, there's only 12 hours or 3 hours in a day because the 8-hour day job has a 4-hour buffer period. Yeah, I mean, thankfully, my day job, I do have some work from home freedom every once in a while. So that definitely helps with making things work a little bit better for my content creation side of things. But yeah. Editing takes a long time. Don't doom scroll in bed. Yeah, definitely, that's not good. I mean, that's one of the reasons I used to doom scroll chronically in bed, right? I have reduced that by a lot because I just can't afford to do it anymore. If I do that, either my IRL or my content side will take a toll. Sometimes even work. So like, it's like I'm holding a balance between a trifecta here going on. Like we have a trinity of IRL, life, and work, and content creation, and I feel like it's a little bit too easy to tip the balance right now. Not to mention Noira stream 3 hours. Yeah, 9 hours a week. Any advice for VTubers starting out? Figure out if you actually like streaming or content creation first, because if you don't do it for the love of the game, it's not going to be a pretty journey. Even if you do it for the love of the game, it's not going to be a pretty journey. So first figure out if you actually like content creation or not. Adulting is hard as shit. It is what it is, isn't it? French attitude towards work-life balance, which is to say an attitude of absolute indifference towards corporate authority. But the corporate authority isn't the problem here. I mean, I don't think the day job is the problem here. The problem is, I don't know if there's a problem. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is there actually a problem? You make videos first, stream second. Yeah, but it's hard because stream is taking 9 hours a week. That's a decent amount of hours, right? By videos, are you talking about your YouTube channel? Yes, I am. I upload a lot on YouTube, by the way. From video essays to shorts or clips. Yeah. Free talk doesn't compute for me. Is it English? Or is it just chit chat? Oh, it's just like talking about anything. Free talk is a term that I think bigger VTubers use in general. That's why I use it. Adulting is still worth it for the freedom of being your own person as opposed to living under the shadow of your parents. I mean, so I saw a post recently on Twitter as well. I think it was Aya Amara from Niji Sanji. She apparently also has a day job, and she does that whilst juggling streaming in Niji Sanji, being a streamer at Niji Sanji. And she's like, oh, this is how I do work-life balance. I balance it out. So she has like, I think 3 days out of a week, she only has like 3 to 4 hours of sleep. The rest of the days, when she can, on the weekend, she sleeps 9 to 10 hours. But this is also considering that she only streams, by the way. She doesn't do videos. The thing is, I do both. So it's somewhat a different ballpark. Okay, it's not that much different, but because I do videos as well, it does take extra time than to just streaming. But anyway, I have been loving in general, like, my state of content and what I've been doing. It's just I'm trying to figure things out, I guess. You know, every once in a while you do that, right? As a human, I mean, you think. At a point of life, you feel a certain way. You're like, is something actually wrong? I'm at that phase right now when it comes to content. I've only been pushing. This is literally the first week that I'm publishing shorts daily, and I'm already thinking about this. It's crazy. So I'm gonna write it through and actually see if it's an actual problem, or whether it's a momentary thing or a temporary thing. Don't we love it when our VTuber is relatable? Of course, of course. I stay relatable to you mortals. Of course, I have imperfections, so I can be relatable to you mortals. Not the time in the day with work and streaming, yeah, and doing video stuff. Please don't go bald. I won't. This goddess of yours won't go bald. I'm pixels and 24/7 perfect looking for a reason. The perks of being a VTuber, right? Appreciate the advice, thank you. I made a model. Honestly, a model is the least of your concerns, my guy, when you want to be a VTuber. VTubing is a medium. At its core, it's entertainment and content creation and streaming. So if you don't like that, then maybe what you want is an OC or an original character or an avatar and not particular VTubing. Maybe it's one of those adjustment periods where you haven't gotten used to the increase in videos. Yeah, I think so, hey? It's just a learning curve, perhaps, hey? I never thought I'd hear Niji-san get mentioned here. Yeah, you saw that? It's kind of... Whatever she's doing is honestly impressive. It's crazy. I don't know if I would want to go that crazy when it comes to, like, sacrificing my sleep. I really don't like sacrificing sleep. So, I don't know about that. I like things being sustainable and balanced. Sean, thank you for the sub over on YouTube side. Talking about sacrificing sleep. I am sacrificing sleep right now, so I shall call it. Sorry, I wanted to talk about that a little bit since we happen to approach the topic by happenstance. Might as well, right? Anyway, thank you everyone for dropping that by the Deep Blue. I hope you enjoyed your time here at the Deep Blue. I hope you guys also noticed that I'm a little bit better. As I said that, I cough. I have been coughing less compared to yesterday. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed your time here at the Deep Blue. Good talks, guys. I think we went through a variety of topics today, right? And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you for accompanying me and coming over to the Deep Blue to kind of take part in it. Anyway, for you guys who are new here, let me reintroduce myself. I am Noira. Ooh, so close. The Sea Fox oneesan who serves the live talks on the rocks. And yeah, we talk a lot about life here, from live talks, observations, perspectives, to sometimes even neuropsychology and philosophy, and a lot of AI talks actually. Yeah, if you guys like the stream, I'd appreciate it if you drop a follow if you're on Twitch, or subscribe if you're on YouTube. And also, can I just say, I'd like to appreciate and say thank you to everyone who dropped an offering at the shrine. Look at how much stuff we have at the shrine. Thank you guys for giving me all the bottles and all the stuff in the shrine. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys like the stream, please do drop a follow if you're on Twitch, or subscribe if you're on YouTube. And I stream 3 times a week. That's every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Same time, same days every week. That's at 3 to 4 p.m. if you're in the EU. That's at 6 or 9 a.m. if you're in the US. Wait, I'm about to cough. And that's at about 10 p.m. GMT plus 8 if you're in Southeast Asia. And if you want to find out more about me, you can on my website at noira.me. And if you like the talks that we have here, do know that we also do these kind of talks on our Discord. That's at discord.gg/Noira. You can also get notifications for the stuff that you want of my content, be it my shorts, my YouTube videos that I upload, my video essays, or my streams. You can do that via Discord. And the Discord is nice. You get to discuss about stuff with the other titlings. You get to fight the other titlings. You also get to see how much the Deep Blue has grown. I generally update that every month. So if you like the vibes of the Deep Blue here, the Discord is just as wholesome and kind. So discord.gg/Noira. Come over to the Deep Blue on Discord. What else? I have a subreddit if that's your thing. If you look up Noira subreddit, you can find it. Blade8764, by the way, thank you for the follow. All right, let me find someone to raid. Who do we raid today? I need to sleep. I had too much fun yapping. Okay, who do we raid? Oh my god, what did I press? I'm sorry. Like I said, my mouse double clicked, so sometimes shit happens. Who do we raid today? Let's see. Let's raid into... Let's raid into Pumpkin Potion. Pumpkin Potion? I think a lot of you guys would know who Pumpkin Potion is. I love her concept. She's like a 60s cartoon character VTuber, if I'm not mistaken. I love her stuff. I love her aesthetics. So who was it? Was it you, Keith? The guy who likes rather old-time fashion thing? You'd love Pumpkin Potion. But yeah, let's raid into Pumpkin Potion. Once again, guys, thank you so much for coming over to the Deep Blue, and I hope you guys enjoyed your stay here at the Deep Blue. And mayhaps I'll see you guys next week, or maybe even on YouTube if you guys want to see my videos and shit. Alright, sayonara. Have a good one, dear titlings, and I'll see you on the flip tide. Bye.